Well, good evening. Welcome to Sky Blue Fans TV. Yes, I'm in the hot seat. It's Milesy here. Well, that's it then. It's all over. We can all put our feet up. We can all go on holiday and relax, ready for next season. So tonight's show, we got the Heartbreak. We're going to talk about Tuesday night. We've got an end of season show coming on Sunday. So tonight we're going to talk about the playoffs and how that went. I mean, what a great performance. We're going to talk about that. EMC was back in the squad. Sakamoto, for me, was man of the match. I don't know who gets yours. And we've got a fantastic, fun competition for everyone to enter. And everybody will be entered into the draw when you comment. So we've got that coming up for you as well. And what now? What next? And we've got your comments coming up on this show this evening. Right then, let's get the show on the go. Let's bring in our guest for this evening. Let's bring in Vicky. Good evening, Vicky.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you? You all right?
Yes, thanks. Yeah.
Good. Excellent. Let's bring in Ken. Good evening, Ken.
Good evening. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening. And we're going to bring in Jack. Good evening, Jack.
Evening, everybody.
And Claudio keeps getting kicked out for some reason. So, oh, well, never mind.
He talks too much, that's why. I think.
Yeah, that's it. We might get a word in edgeways tonight, Ken. You never know, do you? Now, I did say we've got a fun competition tonight. Everybody gets to go on Spin the Wheel. When you make a comment for the competition, just put the what I'm going to talk to you about. Just put your answer. Don't put your answer and then another comment as well, because we get kerfuffle. We missed 3 people off last week, and we're going to add them onto the Spin the Wheel tonight. So hopefully we'll get them on there. And just to say sorry for last week, because well, as I say, they put a comment after their answer. So if you can do your answers separately, it would be brilliant. Now I'm going to ask all you 3. I'm going to ask Claudio when he comes in, but on the coach, a bit of fun to cheer us up to start the show, because we've got to cheer ourselves up. I've been a lot miserable beggar the last 48 hours, I'll tell you. We were talking about our favourite Pringles. Now, everyone had virtually everyone on the bus had a box of Pringles. No lie. Tyler opened his. He had a barbecue flavour. I opened mine. Mine was ready salted original. Will opened his sour cream. Then other people were opening salt and vinegar and all that. So we stood at the back of the bus and we were talking, and it was great. Thank you so much for saying hello to us and chatting to us about this on the coach. If you're on there with CCFC Travel, absolutely brilliant journey. We even got a bottle of water, bag of crisps, and some sweets in the bag when we arrived, which was great. Here you go, guys. What's your favourite flavour? So, Vicky, we'll come to you first. What is your favourite flavour Pringles?
Well, my favourite is on that picture, because my favourite's paprika.
There you go. That's fine. Paprika, that's fine. I couldn't get everything on there, by the way. That's why I've only got those 5. So there will be others out there that people will like. So yours was paprika. Ken, what's your favourite?
I've got to go for barbecue, I think.
Barbecue, Texas barbecue. Yeah, I did try those because, as I say, Tyler had some, and I was a bit, oh no, not too sure on those. I like the prawn cocktail though, but you can't find them anywhere at the moment. What about you, Jack? What's your favourite?
Definitely salt and vinegar. I love them.
Oh yeah, we had some of those today at work. Oh, they were so nice. I'll tell you what, but it was such a great conversation just to keep us going on the way up to Sunderland with that 4.5-hour journey. Oh, my days. What a journey that was. But it was great, comfortable coach anyway. Right, then, let's crack on then. We'll come to you first, Vicky. Heartbreak. I mean, what do you take from that on Tuesday night?
Just gutting, isn't it? I think so near, but so far. And I think I was dreading penalties, thinking, I can't be doing with that again. But we'd have still rather had that than the way it all panned out in the end. I think the one thing is that I think we made ourselves proud. I think we went up there and we put in a good account of ourselves, both on and off the pitch, didn't we? And I think that's a lot of what you can ask for, really. I think any neutrals that were watching the sort of championship playoffs and would have seen Coventry v Sunderland compared to Bristol City versus Sheffield United, we've given an account of ourselves, and people will consider that we were unlucky in places. I think that we got certain things wrong, but at least we came up with some credit, I think, and so we go again next season, and ultimately that means it's going to be another exciting season because challenging again, I think positive that we're still going in the right direction. So another season challenging at the right end of the table is exciting, isn't it?
It is. I mean, looking at that game though, Vic, I mean, it is heartbreak. We know that, and you know, Miles, he don't care, so we ain't really worried about that one. You know, I know it is heartbreak, but the thing is, for me, I just think the way they performed on the pitch was wonderful, wasn't it? The way they went about it. I mean, we really played our part in trying to claw that, you know, deficit back from the first leg, didn't we?
That's what's unfortunate, I suppose, as much as anything, because actually that was a decent performance, wasn't it? We went up there and we competed in a game of football, and probably one of in our top 10 of away performances for the season, isn't it? That we actually went up there and competed, and a 1-1 draw is a decent result up there. Unfortunately, I guess we threw it away on the Friday, and that was a problem. If we'd have got a result at home like we should have done, really, then that would have been enough on Tuesday night. So that's what's a bit of a shame, and just feels a slight bit of regret, I guess, that there's just little things that I think that if we look back, that hopefully we've learned from, just a couple of little things, and we could take that experience into next season. Yeah,
definitely agree with everything that you're saying. I mean, we come to you, Ken. I mean, there was one change to that squad, Ken. EMC coming back, that was no surprise, was it?
No surprise. I expected that, to be honest. I thought even a half-fit EMC we had to play because it's the last game, possibly, wouldn't it? And he's got to take a gamble on him. And he lasted, he lasted well, didn't he? You know, I was surprised he lasted the whole 90 minutes and eventually he came off. But yeah, it was a good decision, I think. I wasn't surprised with the lineup, to be honest.
I mean, they worked really hard in that first half. I mean, we were attacking their end in the first half. It was a very intimidating atmosphere at the beginning.
Cool.
I mean, we'll bring that up. We'll bring that up. But at the beginning, it was very intimidating, wasn't it? I mean, they had the flames going. It was probably the best pyrotechnics show I've seen. They had the tifo in the background of the Black Cat. I mean, it was a very intimidating atmosphere in the ground, wasn't it? So to in that first half, to go in 0-0 at half time was an absolute brilliant performance, wasn't it? To go towards their fans and to be in that sort of atmosphere.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I'll just say, talking about intimidation, I mean, I got caught up in all the flares and stuff outside the ground because they were all lining the streets welcoming the Sunderland team coach. And I was a few cars behind that. And I came in and I was literally behind it. And there's cans being thrown. And then there was Cov coaches behind us. On the island, there was cans being thrown and loads of a lot of banter, I suppose. It was like banter, like cheering the Cov fans as they come in, giving them a bit of a hostile reception. And we were like, literally, there was two coaches, my car, and two more coaches behind. And they could see we were Cov fans. My mate had the window down. And I put the window on because we were going to get a can in the window in a minute. And but then some woman come to the window and goes, "Oh, good luck, me love, good luck." Like a Sunderland fan. It was fair play to her. So I goes, "Oh, bloody hell, we need it." But the atmosphere outside was brilliant. They obviously thought they were there already, and that's what I was thinking. I thought, bloody hell, the way they had the whole both sides of the street lined up with flares and everything was amazing. It was amazing in that atmosphere. But yeah, and it continued in the ground. In the stadium was brilliant as well. The build up to the game was fantastic, and I was still confident, even all that was against us. I was still pretty confident we could do something, and it just didn't work out that way. But atmosphere wise, it was fantastic, mate. It was really good.
I mean, I got caught up in that with them throwing bottles and beer cans and
Your coach was behind us, yeah, because there was a few coaches behind us.
yeah, and they were on that island. And the funny thing was, the policeman got on the coach by the ground and said, "Okay, everybody, now this is it today. Security's really high, and you've got to take everything out your pockets, all your loose change, no vaping, nothing. Security's high." And someone shouts, "Well, you ain't that bloody high, is it? Because they ain't down at the roundabout stopping them throwing beer at the coaches."
Yeah.
Bloody lunatics, absolute loons. Jack, we'll come to you. I mean, to get to half time at 0-0, I mean, as I just said to Ken, it was an amazing achievement. And what did you feel when we got to that? Because we got to that final, that half-time whistle, 0-0. We'd worked our socks off. Ben Wilson made a great save down our end. We threatened their goal a couple of times. I mean, we really took it to them in that first 45 minutes, didn't we?
Yeah, it was a sterling performance from minute 1 to minute 122, really. And at half-time, the nerves had started to creep in, I think, around us. We were all too excited to begin with before kick-off, but we kept saying, patience, it will come, we'll get a goal. We all felt that we got a goal in us. The later it went on, the more nervy we all got about it. But the goal, I don't think, could have come any later. If that came any later, I don't know how we'd have coped up there, to be honest, in the gods. I was literally on the back row in the back corner, as far away from everything, and the noise was unbelievable. The City fans did us proud, and the performance of the players did us absolutely proud as well. It was phenomenal. And then, the second half was brilliant that we got the goal. And they all went silent, didn't they? That was fantastic. Yeah, we were so loud. Again, like I say, to be in the far corner, top corner, and still have that noise echoing around was unbelievable. And I think my ears are still ringing from people bashing that metal sheet at the back behind us. That was horrible to endure, but it created a bit of an atmosphere, which was fantastic. And you say about the policeman as well, Miles. We were one of the last couple of coaches there. I think there was only one coach behind us at the end of the night. And we had a policeman get on, and I was on the front seat of the bus, and his badge number was 8787. I thought, well, that's not bad. And then he does this spiel about don't take vapes, don't take coins, security's very high. And then he went, "Come on, Coventry." He was a big Geordie, he was a big Newcastle fan. So I thought, we're all going, we've got a Newcastle fan, his badge number is 8787. This is perfect. And it just felt like an omen for the night. So that sort of really got our bus in high spirits. We were cheering and jumping around before we even got off the bus. That was good.
Absolutely superb. Now I want to let's see. I think what's wrong with Claudio. Right, I reckon it's his shirt that's interfering with all his technology. Have you seen it?
Where did you get that from?
It's the new goalkeeper shirt for next season. What's going on tonight? Is it
what
next
is
season
going
yet?
on? Hey?
Is it next season yet?
No. What's going on? You've had a mare. You have. Anyway, listen.
I got kicked out.
You've missed the show, mate. It's all finished. That's it. It's all over. No. On serious note, though, we're doing a competition, Claudio. You missed it. And if everyone wants to comment on this, please do. Just put your answer for this. Don't put another comment because we might miss you. We might not get you on the wheel. What's your favourite flavour?
Of what? Oh.
What's your favourite Pringle flavour? Now, the reason I'm doing this, Claudio, because on the bus on the way up, it was such a long journey. I don't know how I got through it, to be honest, but everyone was opening cans of Pringles and everyone had a different flavour. So we just thought we'll have a chat, and we were talking on the coach. We were saying, what's your favourite flavour? What's yours? And everyone was telling us different ones. So tonight, just a bit of fun. Everyone who comments on this, I'm entering everyone into the competition who puts a comment out there. It doesn't matter if you got it right or wrong or whatever. Just everyone's going on spin the wheel. What's your favourite flavour?
Well, on the coach, we had a guy come down with a big, massive bag of crisps, and I made him search in the dark for prawn cocktail. So it's prawn cocktail, obviously.
Prawn cocktail. Wow.
Or as
Oh,
the kids used to call it, prawn and cocktail. I don't know why.
Prawn cocktail Pringles. I'm with you on that one, Claudio.
Yeah.
I'm
Please, can I
definitely
just
with you on
ask
that one.
everyone that's commenting, slow down. I can't keep up. There's too many of you.
That's all right. You've got 600 and something people to get through. You're fine.
Are we going on till midnight tonight? Because
Are you allowed?
long.
Are you allowed 600 on there?
Oh, we'll see. We'll find out. On the first one, I'll let you know when it stops.
I forgot to find out about that. Anyway, never mind. It's too late now. I'll put the competition on. Hey, look, we're here to cheer everyone up. If it's a bit of fun, it's a bit of fun, isn't it? Right then.
Stack up.
Right. Before we come to Claudio and get his opinion on it, don't forget this is your last chance to get your vote in for Player of the Season. You can win next season's home shirt or away shirt, and the vote closes tomorrow night at midnight because we need Saturday to get everyone's names in, and then we're going to spin the wheel on Sunday. Okay, so Sunday on our end of season review show, we will give you the winner, and you might be the winner of the home or away shirt. Plus, those who have voted, you all go on a wheel, and you're going to win a mug and a coaster if we've got any left. Right. Okay. There you go. That's a bit of housekeeping done. Claudio, we'll come to you. We were just talking about the intimidating atmosphere, but the first half, what a great performance to get to half-time 0-0 and keep us in that tie.
Oh, definitely. I thought we a bit slow first 20 minutes. There's some loose passes, and I don't want to go on about Thomas and Kitchen, but the less they're on the ball, the better, to be honest. But that's them doing their homework. But I thought as the game, we grew into it so well, and it just felt like we were going to score. And I rewatched the whole game yesterday, and we missed so many chances. That another night, Radoni would have got a couple probably in that first half. We were dominant, and we did exactly what I hoped we would do: was keep it tight, no silly mistakes, get to half time, and then steal a goal in the second half. And it was perfect. The first half was great, and intimidating atmosphere, absolutely rubbish. I'm sorry, but all you could hear was us lot. Literally. I mean, I know you're in the amongst it, but I didn't. At no point did I actually think they were loud. They were so quiet. And when you actually look at the footage now on the telly, you can see they're all biting the nails. The home crowd, that they knew they were in a game. It's just unfortunate we haven't quite got that killer instinct, have we? You know, but no, we controlled it. I thought we controlled it beautifully.
I mean, when I said intimidating atmosphere, I meant when the players came out.
Oh, right. Oh, well, I'll tell you what. I was happy. I was happy with the fire. Yeah, that could warm me up a bit. It was like, I mean, unlike ours, which looked like cigarette lighters, didn't they? That was impressive.
What you mean? Yeah. This? I mean, that sound system. Come on, yeah. Doug. Come on, Mike Ashley. We need, if we're going to really make our ground a fortress next season, we need a new sound system. Definitely.
Because, and the thing is, that doesn't do it justice, because those flames were going a lot higher than it looked on there. It was really hot, wasn't it, as well?
Yeah. Yeah, and we were high up, and you could you could feel it, couldn't you? You could feel the heat coming off those flames.
But I thought the players dealt with it quite well, really, apart from one. I thought everybody was fantastic.
Well, I was going to say this, Vicky. Now, for me, in that first half, there was a player, and I know I'm biased because I'm a bit like you with this, Vicky. You know, you Ellis Sims. I'm a bit biased on this, but even for the whole game, I know I'm jumping ahead here just for 1 second to later on in the show, but for me, there was one man on that pitch on Thursday night that I thought was better than anybody out of our team on that night, and that was my little mate here, Sakamoto. In that first half, I've never seen a man run up and down that line across the other side of the pitch to come back to the other side of the pitch, then back up and down that line, getting into the box, getting in our box, clearing the ball. The little man in that first half was just superb, weren't he? He was like a possessed devil, weren't he?
Yeah, I mean, I think that was his best performance for us because not only we know what he can do getting forward, like we've seen what he can do, crosses, like taking on players, all those sorts of little things. We know that part of his game, but I thought on Tuesday what he also did, like he's tracking back, his reading of the game as well. Like they're getting back and sniffing out danger for like players that probably weren't even his responsibility. Just the amount of times it was him that was there. Was amazing. So I thought, yeah, for me, man of the match, and up there for one of his best performances. I don't think he deserved to be on a losing. Technically we were the losing side, were we? Because we drew, but he didn't deserve to end the evening the way he did, because I thought the performance he put in was amazing.
It was. I mean, it absolutely was. And we'll come on to we'll get your player of the matches later, a little bit later on. But Ken, his little teammate behind him, Milan, in the first few minutes of the game, maybe 5 minutes, there was a few touches he had. He looked a little bit nervous, didn't he? As if it was still affecting him from Friday. But once that first half got going, he started to get into his stride, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. And I thought the fans gave him a good welcome as well, didn't they? They were singing his name. I think that gave him a bit of confidence as well when he came out. But yeah, he looked a little bit. But I mean, he's going to be like that, I suppose. But I thought he coped brilliantly the whole match. You know, the fans were behind him, and him and Sakamoto worked really well together, as we know they've done all season. And yeah, he's back to his best, really. You know, and it didn't let him affect. It was important that he didn't let it get him down and get him affecting, because it's easy for a player to lose confidence when something like that happens. So he knows he's responsible for a goal, and but if he knows the fans are behind him, and I think that helped him a hell of a lot. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, Jack, another great performance. He's never played for Coventry at Sunderland, but he's a Sunderland fan. He plays for us. He's got the biggest character ever. But even Ben played his part in that first half, didn't he? Ben Wilson, that is, not Ben Sheep, Ben Wilson.
Yeah, I know what you meant. Yeah, and he even tried to scrap a couple of them at one point down the far end, didn't he? That put the cherry on top for me, because that just shows that he was literally fighting for us to win that game. So that just epitomises Ben Wilson, doesn't it? Completely. And was it the Middlesbrough game? He when they shot wide and he dived after it about 4 seconds after about that. Again, it's just beautiful that we've got someone like that in the team, and it proves. I mean, even taking away ability difference, but that's one of the major differences between him and Brad Collins. He's vocal, and he's got like a gamesmanship about him, and that to me, I mean, even if you call them equal in ability, that just gives him a massive advantage. And proves why he should be other than Dovin, obviously, should have been our number one choice for a long time.
I mean, I completely just forgot about the way he knocked someone out nearly. I can't remember who it was. It wasn't Bellingham. It was someone else, wasn't it? But the way he left it, I cracked up laughing, I tell you. It's like as if he punched him. He went down on the floor, didn't he? And he rolled around like I don't know. He must have rolled around like a silly Italian striker or something, you know what I mean?
And then he got and sprinted.
It was Isidore, wasn't it? It was Isidore.
That's it.
Trod on his finger, I think it was. I don't know how deliberate it was. Probably deliberate, but
he pushed him and everything. It was brilliant. But the way he rolled around, it was definitely like an Italian striker, weren't it? You know.
I wish I had an Italian striker.
Now, Claudio, I mean, as I've just touched on a few players there, but on the left-hand side, De Silva, brilliant once again. I don't know what Frank's been putting in his tea.
I think sometimes when you feel like you're going to be the number one choice, you can probably settle down and play without nerves. But it's probably the way we're playing in terms of wanting him to get forward. And he actually got back a few times and recovered, didn't he? You know, but it helps with EMC there in front of him as well. You know, you've got a really good player there who's going to battle hard for you, and he covered back with him. So, but yeah, it's much to improve. And I don't know what they're going to do, because obviously it was only a few weeks ago we were saying we need 2 new left backs, so it'd be interesting. But no complaints at all with him the last few games. Absolutely fine. I mean, I know he's always going to get done with the ball over the top because we're playing so high, but that's what you got the centre halves for, to cover, and your keeper. But no, he was excellent, Miles. Absolutely no complaints there whatsoever.
And then, as you touched on EMC there, I mean, he was the only replacement for the night, starting 11. To get his, you know, to have that performance, we're still on the first half, but to have that confidence in the first half, to track back, even though he's coming back from injury, not match fit, to help out De Silva, he had a real good start to the game, didn't he?
Some players, they don't need to be told, Miles. They've got it in them, as far as I'm concerned. He's a warrior, that guy. You know, as soon as even when he came on the other week, and he hadn't done anything for weeks, you know, he just come on and did the business. He's just a tough competitor. And it's a shame we've lost him for a few weeks. I mean, it made no difference in the end because we still got in the playoffs, but we probably would have got there a lot more easier, if you know what I mean, more comfortable, had certain players been around and not been injured. But he's a tough cookie, isn't he? You know, and he is. And he's not doing so many step overs now either. I've noticed that. He's a bit more direct and just getting at players. And unfortunately for him, because of the size of him and how strong he is, he gets pulled up sometimes for fouling. And a lot of times it's just him being strong. They're bouncing off him. You know, unlike 09, he goes down at a touch of a flipping bit of paper stroking next to me. Just thought, oh, God, I hate that guy. Absolutely hate that player.
I'd have him. I think he's one of those players that, like, if he's in your squad, I'd take him. I think he's part of what we're missing. That bit of, like, I don't know.
True, Vicky, but it's the fact that he gets away with it. That's what I probably hate more than anything. The refs can't see it. They're so stupid. It's like, oh, they just give a foul every time. It's so obvious it's not a foul. Anyway.
I mean, you're saying there about EMC, less step overs, but the crosses, you know, they were trying to get into the box in that first half. We had a good couple of chances, made the keeper work a little bit. Sakamoto nearly got an overhead kick, but he sort of scuffed it. I think I swear he got a little push in the back when he went for that one. But I mean, that balance was a lot better on the left-hand side. We know we've got the balance on the right-hand side. We've had it for 2 seasons, but that balance seemed to be a little bit better, didn't it, going into that game?
Oh, definitely. And the thing is, I think, if anything, Frank Lampard wants pace. We need, with the way we play 4-3-3, lots of people have spoken about it in the comments in other weeks, saying, oh, he's going to probably change it to 3-5-2 and Christmas tree formation, whatever. 4-3-3. Just get it in your heads now. That's what we're playing. But to do that, you need speedy players down the flanks. We've got that now with our left back and right back and our 2 wide players. But we need more, don't we? Because these guys can't play every minute of every game. No. You know, we need replacements. You need people to step in. The problem is the ones who step in aren't good enough. That's the issue. If we want to get to a higher level, they're all right to get into the playoffs, just about. But we want to go up. Don't we want to be promoted 1 or 2? We can't be doing this playoff nonsense.
It's no good for the heart.
I got in. It's the first time I've ever been to a game where I've left in daylight and I've come home in daylight. It's ridiculous. I come up the stairs and Caroline's saying, where are you going? I went, I'm going to bed. I've just got in. It's like I was nightclubbing again. It's unbelievable. I did not think. I got to work today. My boss says, you didn't work that out, did you? I went, no. I said, I had to have the day off in the end. Good job he's a Cov fan. Yeah, got me calculations all wrong there. That won't happen again. I said to Caroline, Sunderland midweek, tell me no, you can't go.
I mean, this is the issue, isn't it? I mean, I got in at 4:30.
It's tough, isn't it?
It is tough, and I had the day off yesterday just to get over it. So there's a lot of people out there that didn't, and they went to work. And you know, it's the thing is as well, you can't sleep on the coach, so you really can't unless you will. My son, as soon as the coach starts moving, he's gone, and you're like, I said, I woke him up. He says, have you been asleep really all that long? Yeah, I'm as fresh as a daisy. And I'm thinking, how can you be fresh as a daisy? Your head's down there, you're on a coach, it's bouncing, moving. How can you sleep? I don't know how you can do it. It's just no way. I just went to sleep in my garden yesterday. That did me in the sunshine.
I think I made a good decision by stopping overnight.
Yeah, I wish I did, Ken. I wish I did in the end, you know. But then I thought I can't be bothered driving back the next day.
Did you pull?
Sorry?
Did you pull? Did you pull some Mackenbird? Did you?
No. I went straight to sleep, to be honest, as soon as I got back to the hotel.
Well,
and then took a nice, easy journey back the next day. So it was all right. It was nice. Apart from the result, it was okay. It was good.
Yeah, you sent me a lovely picture. Where was that picture taken? Where you were yesterday in the harbour somewhere?
That was in Seaham in County Durham, just outside Sunderland. On the way back, we stopped there, for some food and that.
Nice.
It was a lovely sunny day. It was nice.
Yeah, it was lovely. Looked lovely. Looked really nice.
Yeah, I didn't fancy. There was no way I was going to drive up there and drive straight back. That wasn't going to happen. If I was going to drive, I was always going to stop over.
Yeah, it's a long journey home, mate. Trust me.
Yeah.
Long journey up, journey home. Don't forget, everybody, please give us a thumbs up on YouTube, Facebook, and X. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a subscribe as well. It's free to subscribe on YouTube, X, and Facebook. Please give us a like and subscribe. It really means a lot to us all. And as you can see, there's a few of us that we're still a bit tired, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Right, before we go on second half, then we got Pringles competition. Pringles competition. It sounds damn.
You can win a choicest box of Pringles. We'll put a box of Pringles in with it.
Okay, everyone's allowed to enter. Just give us your favourite flavour. Do not put another comment after you've put your favourite flavour, because Jack's in the background putting everyone's names on a spinny wheel. I'm hoping that 600 are going to be able to fit on it, but we never know. Absolutely brilliant viewing so far tonight. Thank you so much for everyone joining us. We're trying to cheer you all up after Tuesday night, and we get on to the second half shortly. Claudio, are you going to be okay doing comments?
Have you seen how many there are? Flying.
Yeah, just crack on. One comment per person tonight, I think.
All right, then. Liam didn't know if I could bring myself to tune in tonight, but if you're all here, then so am I. Good evening, Liam.
Good evening, Liam.
Rich T says, pleasure to attend games with my son Adam and meeting new friends from Sky Blue Fans TV at matches. It's great seeing you, Rich T, and of course my favourite biscuit. I've actually bought some Rich T little mini finger ones. They're better for dunking, but you got to be quick because they drop into your tea, don't they?
No, they drop right in. They do, because they're thinner.
Quick dunk. Yeah,
it is like in and out pump. Gone.
Assassins Unite. Hi all, we're in the best place we've been in 25 years. A brilliant manager, chairman of the fans. Chairman fans, we go again. Super Frank Sky Blue Army. I'll show you something that I got 25 years ago, which I've still got now. In fact, it's 24 years ago. It's right next to me. I'll show you in a minute. Wayne Brewerton. Even if only Hadji had scored that header, never mind. Bring on next season. Sure, we're going to be challenging again. I don't see why not, because let's face it, had it not been for the cup run last season, we were challenging up until the last 5 games. I keep saying it. We are playoff contenders every season now. Paul Cuttiford, it's like playing with 9 or 10 men all the time, depending on how many ghosts play up front. Adam Toms, that's got to make sure that's the son of course. The atmosphere at the home leg. I don't want to break the one comment, one rule, one comment. As Miles will probably do something to me unpleasant. The atmosphere at the home leg was the best I've ever experienced. I'll remember it forever. Now we recruit well in defence. and forward positions push on again. Finn says, he says, hi, Paul. Yes, gutted, but not bitter. We go again, better than ever, I reckon. Glenn from the Sky Blue Hub. To not involve Sims in either leg was criminal by Frank. Absolutely mind-boggling decision that local media should have questioned him on. Yeah, says, I've had somebody message me with a theory, which it's not unheard of, the theory. I might bring that up in a bit. Steve Price, even all gutted, we're the better team, we will come stronger.
Steve don't care. Steve really don't care because he just goes to watch Wales rugby now.
Yeah. Doug
Just
Bolam,
like Wales, he don't care.
Doug Bolam, you've all finally seen the light. I didn't know. Should have read this out, should I? You've all finally seen the light and kick King Claudio out. Motion love of music. Overall, another exciting season. Much to discuss and much to look forward to next season. Assuming we keep Lampard and the big players. I think he'll be here. Fran Hunter says, hold on to our key players. A couple of strikers, one or two defenders, another keeper, and we could push for automatics. Gary Anderson. I've been defending Sims as much as Sicky has for the past 2 seasons, saying he'll come good and right. But after recent months, I've given up. We need a clinical striker. Let's go down to Mark Patman. I'm sticking to the rules, see, Miles. Don't tell me off. Mark Patman, evening all, great performance by Hadji Wright. I shed a few tears on Tuesday after Sunderland's jammy win. We played so much better than they did. It's nice to hear all the pundits say the better team over the 2 legs hasn't gone through, but, hey ho. Peter Doolan. Good evening. All great to meet Claudio and Jack on Tuesday night. Thought we were in control of the game, but one lapse of concentration and they score. The most pathetic header going. Yes, it was, wasn't it, really? In fact, I still can't believe it went in. I watched it so many times. I'm thinking, how's that gone in? Bomber Bidwell, monosodium glutamate read into it. It's nasty stuff, and the reason Pringles are addictive. I got that from someone who worked at the manufacturing plant. Yeah, but it's so great. Is that why I like Chinese food? Is that in Chinese food as well, is it? JH. What a load of ballards. Yes, the footy gods deemed not this time. One too many. Taxi for Hadji. And you're dead right, Miles. The man of the match was Sakamoto. I don't care that Ballard scored that goal at the end. He was not the man of the match.
No.
If that doesn't go in, he's getting man of the match. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Does me head in. I've never seen so much guffawing over a flipping club like they do with them lot. Colin Branfield. Proud of the lads, fought their hearts out. Shazad Karasi, I'm sure I've not said that right. I do apologise, Shazad. Hadji has been injured for most of the year. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt for next year. Ben Green, the ending to the game was brutal. I'm still hurting. I mean, it's like us at Wolves, wasn't it, really? Yeah, we know how it feels to get that win like that, don't we?
Yeah, but at Wolves, we deserved it. It wasn't like we were a snatch and grab.
Oh, true.
It's more like Sheffield Wednesday away this year. That was a smash and grab by us.
Yeah, and the feeling's magnificent, isn't it? So, yeah. Ian Small, hi all, gutted by the loss, the late nature, but our issues have not changed all season. Errors at the back and no number 9. Proud of the 10 who grafted. A brutal summer, Lamps needs to build. I'm optimistic. Shall I do a couple more miles or just keep going?
Keep going. Let's get through them.
All right. I might have to double up on some Xalos. Finn, terrible defending for that goal. No man marking at all. Lapse of concentration, thinking of pens. Marky Boy said, the lads put in one hell of a performance. We should all be immensely proud of how they turned the season around. Hopefully the summer window will be fruitful and not leave us questioning gaps. Comical boxer. If you've seen me fight, you'd call me a comical boxer. In fact, I've never had a fight in my life, ever. So I actually could be the hardest man on the planet. I don't know because I've never had a fight. I said that once to this guy I used to work with. He used to do kung fu, and he said, "I'll take me chances." Comical boxer. Has anybody else heard rumours about Frank going to Southampton? Oh, you ain't going to go there.
No.
He's got a job to do here. Paul Stratton says, can't believe he only had 5 shots on target and 210 minutes of dominance. I think this tells a massive story on why we just fell short. I think you're right there, Paul. I think that's probably something we're going to cover about the second half, probably. Yep. Greg North, I fully agree with Glenn over proven partnership in big games of Sims and Wright. I think taking Sheaf off cost us dear to admit I'm not fully convinced by Frank Lampard.
Oh.
I think the test will be next season, I think, because he's got the summer window, hasn't he? At the end of the day, these aren't his players. And myself and Jack had discussed it. The chance our Grimes was coming in before Lampard was here anyway. So, it's Chris Brook. We're excellent. Certainly the better side. The difference we are still, again, not clinical in front of goal. Need a goal poacher when we are struggling to break down teams. PUSB, the fans did a credit to the club as well. La 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 la. Cliche man. That's my impression of Kylie. No more impressions tonight. If someone had told me back in November that we could make the playoffs, I would have bitten their hand off. But am I right? We were only 7 points off the playoffs when he came in, though.
No,
we went massively.
It was 7 points when Robbins left, and then 10 by the time we faffed around and got Lampard in. But it wasn't massively off.
No,
I think the media have done a bit of a job there because they keep on sort of painting the picture that we were in some sort of dire depths, but we weren't that far off the playoffs, and I think it was always an aim, and we got what we were hoping for, weren't we? I don't really buy this sort of we were near it type of situation.
I think it was the run of form we were in as well, wasn't it? I think that when you think you were in 17th, but you were closer to the relegation zone than you are the sixth spot or fifth or whatever you want to go for. I think that how they're saying it is 17th, but if you're a proper fan and you're a football person, and you look at it like you've just said 10 points, but it's that you're closer to that relegation. It was the form that we were in. It was the lack of wins under Robbins. It was, the way we lost to Derby. Although we beat Middlesbrough away, they went down to 10 men. And you think, if you look at it the way we look at it, it is a great achievement because we were on that sort of downfall, weren't we? We weren't really we didn't have a run of form. We started the season bad, as we have done the last 3 years. So I think that's probably where they're coming from, I think, in a way. 10 points is a lot of points. It's a lot of points.
But there's only a third of the season gone, I think. I mean, it's all swings and roundabouts, isn't it? I mean, ironically, we actually finished the season on a similar bad run. The losses in the last 10 games were similar to the losses in the first 10 games. So there was only that middle bit when we did really well that sort of that did us served us well. And so we need to sort both ends of the season out next season if we want to have a serious run, especially if we want to try and push past playoffs into automatics, because you can't start and end as badly as we did this season.
Vicky, don't let facts get in the way of a good story.
Sorry.
The media don't want to hear that, do they?
Also, when we lost the derby and we sacked Mark Robbins, Sunderland were top of the league. Right, the top four was still the top four. I'm just looking at it now. From fifth downwards was Millwall, Watford, West Brom, Middlesbrough, Swansea, Blackburn, Bristol in 11th. So the day we sacked Mark Robbins, the two teams that made the playoffs were 11th and 17th. And Watford, who were 6th, finished way in the mid-table.
Wow.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? But Peter Stevenson, it kind of feels better going out in the semi opposed to the final to me. Next season is going to be another roller coaster with teams coming down and the ones coming up with all their money. I'm obviously disappointed that we lost on the night, but I think I'd have felt worse if that was the final again. Gibbo, I'm proud to be a Cov fan, but it goes down as yet another glorious failure. We need to make these opportunities count in the future. We're turning into England, aren't we?
I love that picture. See his wig and his glasses. What you just put up. That one.
Oh, yes.
He looks like Sonic the Hedgehog, sky blue Sonic the Hedgehog.
So I'm looking for people who've not made a comment yet. There's lots of Mark Rainbow. Here we go, Mark.
Well, I'll tell you what. Have a look through them. Let's talk about second half. Let's come to the second half. Ken's sitting there patiently. He was looking at the comments coming in there. I don't know what he was.
Yes. I noticed there's a few Sunderland fans in the comments as well.
That's sound. Fair play. Good evening to all of them. Good evening to you all.
And no doubt, if they all club together, they might get a GCSE.
Anyway,
someone's cloudy out tonight.
Someone has put the batteries in him, that's for sure. Oh, blimey. Ken, to you, second half. Ben Sheaf, I mean, he was back to virtually his best. I think Middlesbrough and the first leg and on Tuesday night, I thought Ben Sheaf made a good go of it in the second half.
Yeah, he did well. He did well. I mean, he obviously got booked in the end, but that was unfortunate as well when he got the booking, to be honest. I didn't really think he deserved a booking, but he got booked, so you have to be a bit careful then for the rest of the game. Eventually, obviously, he came off and Eccles came on. But, yeah, Sheaf played really well. I thought him and Grimes worked well together in the middle. And I said again, we had plenty of possession, didn't we? We dominated possession. We just missed that killer touch, didn't we? That final pass and that final clear-cut chance to score. That's what we were missing.
And I mean, you say he got booked, but I think Ben Sheaf, I think mainly his performance has come in the last, as I said, 3 games from. Congratulations to him, because they've just had a son.
Yeah.
They've just had a son, so that could have played a part in his good performance on Tuesday night. Yeah,
he probably had a few sleepless nights, to be fair, hadn't he? So, at the end of the day, we all know how good a player he is. He hasn't been up to it in a couple of the games this season, and he's been well below par. But yeah, he was sort of back to his best, wasn't he? And we know how good he is, so we don't have to go on about that. But yeah, I thought midfield-wise, we were fantastic. We won all the 50-50 battles as well. We all know where we lacked, and that was it. And we lacked up front. That's where we lacked, and we just needed that little breakthrough. And the longer the game went on, I thought we're going to get one golden chance. It's got to come. I say obviously it did come in the end. We scored, and I just thought we were going to go on and get another one, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, I think Ken just saying there, we thought we might have got a second. I mean, Grimes played a big part in that game and also the second half, didn't he, Vic?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's been a big turning point for our season. Grimes coming in and he showed again. I think part of the problem was, unfortunately, Sunderland manager had obviously done his research and he did a bit of a job, and I think that didn't help. That they allowed people like Grimes to have a lot of time on the ball, but far back, and we've spoken about that earlier in the season, haven't we? About when Grimes is more back with Kitchen and Thomas rather than being a bit further forward. So I thought he had another great game, but I think that unfortunately, Sunderland had a game plan and it largely worked because they knew what makes it difficult for us to play, I think. And I think Grimes definitely another great performance and another positive going into next season, because obviously we'll have him for from the start, which I think was something we identified that we missed early on last season. That was a sort of player that we really needed in August, and sadly we couldn't get anything like that over the line. So that's another positive to take forward.
I mean, with Grimes though, I know he was picking up deep, bringing it forwards, but he was always looking to play it out wide, wasn't he? That was our game plan. We knew that we thought they were going to come and sit back, try and catch us on the break, but Grimes was definitely trying to spread it out as wide as much as possible, wasn't he?
No, that's why I just find it strange that we went with White up front in that game. I just think the game plan, if you're going to get it out wide and put balls in the box, I mean, we all know that what I've said about Sims all season, but for me, in the away performances that we've turned up in this season, Sims has been the predominant striker for those games, and he suits those games where you've got a team that are going to defend like Sunderland were. Just find it strange that our game plan is to play in a way that suits Sims more than White, but then we play White for the whole game. I find that odd, and obviously Claudio's got a theory about why Sims might not have played, and so we'll have a chat about that in a bit. But I just find that strange because that's a game plan that could have worked, but I just don't think White's the right man for that job. I mean, so it's an odd one.
Yeah, and Jack, I'm coming to you because Jack, I'm going to talk about Jack Radoni. Oh, what a player, isn't he? He's just brilliant.
Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely. I mean, he's everywhere on the pitch, isn't he? He's in the middle. He's in the box. He's out wide. He's putting crosses in. He's on the receiving end of crosses. He's absolutely everywhere you want him to be. And sometimes he gets the ball chest height, controls it with his foot, spins around, puts it through someone's legs, and then he's past two players, and you're thinking, how's he still got the ball? So I just don't understand sometimes how he keeps it and just swivels through a couple of players with absolute ease. And he's just a wonderful, wonderful player. And when we bought him, I think it was 4.5 million, something like that. People were saying, oh, we've overpaid for him. He was relegated to League One last season. He couldn't be that good. Honestly, we've underpaid for him at 4.5 million. He has been phenomenal. He's the only player that's got double figures for both goals and assists for us. It's just, unbelievable. I keep saying it, but that's what he is. And when he toe poked it just over the keeper in the first half of that far end, I thought that was the chance that was that was it for us. But he did very well getting on the end of that as well. I mean, he's just everywhere. What more can you say?
Yeah, I mean, his dad made a nice statement as well about him. I think that was yesterday. But the way he's performed himself and come across as himself with the way he looked after Milan on Friday night after Milan made that mistake, it showed how growing up that young man is, doesn't it, Jack?
Oh, sorry, I thought you'd moved on to someone else then.
No, that's still you.
Yeah, I mean, what his dad. I mean, we've seen what his dad said. I don't know how public that went, to be honest, but yeah, absolutely. And I think he'll come even better next season if we build on the squad that we've got. He can be even better for us. And obviously, he dislocated his shoulder and missed a few weeks. His returns could have been even better than what they were. And could we have ended up pushing Sunderland that little bit further if we'd have, let's say, put a performance in against Derby that he missed? Where we could have been, could we have had the away game at the Stadium of Light on Friday and at home on Tuesday? Could that have favoured us? I mean, we talked about that the other week, saying that we actually thought it favoured us being at home first. Clearly, that wasn't the case, unfortunately. And with Radoni not being injured and potentially having a better squad around him next year, we will be even better, I'm sure.
Yeah, and we'll touch on get my teeth in. We'll touch on squad wise and how the season went on Sunday night show. So if you want to come and join us on Sunday, we've got a special show. There you go. End of season review and player of the season winner. We will be announcing that. And if you've all had a go, then you will be put into the draw to win next season's shirt, home or away. And you've got a chance of voting for that. All you got to do is head over to player of the season at skybluefanstv@gmail.com. Give us your player of the season. You got till midnight tomorrow night. That's midnight on Friday night to get your votes in. And then we will be putting them on the spin the wheel ready for Sunday night show. And you could be walking away with a home or away shirt. Also, we're going to do a spin the wheel. If you haven't voted the exact player, we're going to put everyone in a hat for a second spin of the wheel. And we're just going to give you a prize the winner of that as well. Tonight, we've got Pringles. What's your favourite flavour? Come on, get it in the comments. Jack's writing them all down. We're going to do spin the wheel. There's no right answer. There's no wrong answer. Just give us your favourite flavour of Pringles. And please don't forget to give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. Head over there. Give us a like and subscribe. Give us a like and subscribe on Facebook. Give us a like and subscribe on Twitter. We'd love it, or X as they call it now. Absolutely brilliant. We couldn't do this show without you guys either. Right, we're going to come to Claudio. And I've missed this player out till last. And the reason is, now, I know there's a lot of things going around about Haji Wright and everything else, and, you know, lazy and all that coming out, that he was very lethargic, didn't look like he was bothered. But when we scored, there was a photo of him absolutely going mental. So his heart is in there. And I'm with a majority of you. I've said it all season. I think he's lazy. I think he's lethargic. But I kept saying it, and I'm going to say it. He's the best finisher we've got. And he is the best finisher we've got. He's lacked a little bit of confidence. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on. After last season, banging 20-odd goals in this season, he's scored less than Radoni, I think, isn't he? If I'm not mistaken. But Claudio, we're going to talk to you about Haji Wright. How do you see him? And how did you see that performance on Tuesday night?
Is it just because I was a prolific goal scorer in the Sunday League in Leamington?
No, it's because you're a prolific goal scorer in hockey.
Well, when before Luke was born, and I had to get a mobile phone, and here's my 3410 Nokia Sky Blue from 2001. I turned it on. It's still got more energy than Haji Wright. It's unbelievable. It still flipping works. I did buy it for that reason. The early days of mobiles, just for text messaging. He's gone into labour yet. Yeah. Anyway, Haji Wright. Nobody who's a Cov fan wants a City player to underperform when they cross that line. You just want them to do well. And this probably goes for Ellis Sims as well. We know the performances this season haven't been great at all. Nowhere near last season. And even then last season, there's a lot of people questioning their performances last season. But this season, they look particularly unhappy, both of them, as far as I'm concerned. And I'm starting to think now, are they just not suited playing 4-3-3? Because a lot of the time with Mark Robbins, we played 3 at the back. We played 2 up front. It's not very often they played on their own. They always had somebody with them. I'm beginning to think it just Haji Wright can't play on his own up front. He's just not able to hold that ball. He's not able to be strong enough to keep defenders off him. There was, the 09 incident in the first half where he had the head start and he somehow still didn't get hold of it and ends up giving a free kick. They're the sort of times he's got to hold the ball. There was an incident in the first half where he tried to flick it on where he should be holding it. And I was next to Gavin Collins. I've seen a comment on here, and we're talking about during the game, and we're saying like it's almost like he can't read how to play up front on his own. There's no anticipation. He's always reactive. He's never proactive. He's never thinking that defender might cock it up like what happened to Milan in the first leg. He's never on somebody's toes. He's always on his heels, and there's got to be a problem there. And what it is, I don't know. Maybe he isn't the player we think he is, and he's not up to what we need to get us out of this division. Because certainly the other night, it was just bizarre. In fact, I listened to somebody give out some stats, and since the Sunderland game, he's been involved in 51 tackles and he's won 17 of them. We had 60-odd touches in the box in both matches. He touched the ball 8 times. That's your striker. It should be well into double figures if you're the striker. We all know that goal goes in if it's Radoni coming in. I kind of wish Radoni had ran in, actually. He was only about 2 or 3 yards away from him, just knocked him out and headed it in. In fact, Radoni was in the best position to come in and head that ball. It's almost like he jumped too early. And the frustrating thing is, because we couldn't see the scoreboard, I didn't realise that was the end of the game. I didn't realise how, if that had gone in, that would have been us in the final. And the awareness isn't there, and I don't see a desire there, Miles. I don't see it. I don't see that he really wants to win. It's weird. It's a weird body reaction. It just reminds me of a cool basketball player. You know what I mean? I don't. He doesn't look like a hungry footballer at all in the Championship. And you've got to be hungry. Yeah. If he left tomorrow, I would not be bothered. I would not get the money, get your money back, and get somebody else in. Go and spend it on Josh Sargent.
Oh yeah, yes, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I will talk about it on Sunday, I'm sure. But do you think though? I mean, as we know, there is goals in there. But do you think he thinks he's? Here's a question: do you think he thinks he's better than the club and deserves to be in the Premier League and not in the Championship?
No, not necessarily. I just don't feel he fits into how we want to play. I think maybe playing on the left when Robbins was here suited him out there. It just worked better for him for some reason, because he's not. I mean, the first couple of times he played down the middle, I thought great. I mean, Sunderland absolutely rinsed them, didn't he? That first game, they couldn't deal with him, and we thought fantastic. And I remember the comments of people saying, "Well, let's see what happens next week. Oh, let's see what happens the week after." Nothing's happened. It's almost like he's lived off that game for the last 4, 5, 6 weeks, whatever, how long ago it was, and that's disappointing. He should have kicked on from there. You know, he's our focal point up front. He has to be the strongest player up there. The whole team is in 4-3-3 is based on your centre forward being able to hold the ball and run across the defence, keep moving. He doesn't do it. He doesn't. We're relying on Sakamoto and EMC to get balls into the box and Rodoni scoring, basically.
But he did that. You know, when he's got that hat trick against Sunderland, he did it at the beginning of the season when he scored the 2 goals against Oxford. He thought he'd done the job, and a couple of games after that, 3 or 4 games after that, he was like, meh. You know, it's like as if he thinks, oh, well, I've got 3 goals, I don't need to score again. But so go to what Glenn said, he's a bit bemused by there was no involvement from Sims. So do you think that on Tuesday night then, you just mentioned about holding the ball up, bit of movement, do you think that would have been a better option than to play Sims to hold that ball up? Because he is bigger, he is stronger, and when his back's to goal, he can hold the ball up as long as he can control it.
It seems odd that he doesn't play a single minute of either leg when we need goals. And also, I mean, I've seen all sorts of little rumours and thoughts about this, about appearances. Is he on 99, Jack?
He is, yeah. He's on 99 appearances.
Whether or not 100 triggers some payment clauses to Everton or something like that. I mean, I'm not saying it's true. It's not the first time it's happened. And I've spoke to you about this before, about other players where it's definitely happened. I've been told it's happened. Yeah. Where they didn't play him because it would trigger something before the end of the season, basically. It just seems odd that he was completely out of favour when his performances up front have been no better and no worse than anybody else's, really.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know what's happened to Bissett. Is he injured?
Injured, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he's not the answer. Asante is not the answer. At the minute, we've got 3 strikers. Well, I said this the other day. We're 3 strikers short of a really good team at the minute, because whoever plays 1 decent game every 6, and it's not good enough. It's not good enough, really, for what they're on. They're high earners, these lads. They're not like if they come through the youth academy, you sort of give them a bit of leeway, wouldn't you? Saying, well, they're youngsters, but they're not. These are seasoned professionals. As you're right, it's meant to be trying to play for a place in the United States team. You know, they keep lauding him over there for some reason. You know, but he's just not doing it. And
well, they haven't got anyone else, have they?
Well, true.
Josh Sargent.
Josh Sargent.
Oh yeah, but he's only just gone into the team, isn't he? So,
but it was disappointing, because it was a game, and he could have been a hero right at the end. I mean. But he got it all wrong, didn't he?
He only had to glance it. He only had to touch the top of his head, and it was going in the far corner.
Yeah.
He didn't need to get his forehead on it. He didn't need to get anything on it. He just needed to jump, glance it, and it was. That's all it needed.
As far as I'm concerned, this is my last bit on it, and it's something that Roy Keane says. You're a footballer. You shouldn't be told to run, to show effort, to care, That's the minimum requirement when you put a shirt on of any club whatsoever. And at times it doesn't feel like he is doing that, as far as I'm concerned. And that's not me saying it. Everybody, it's not often you get a whole, it's like a unison, wasn't it, after the game? What was Haji Wright doing tonight? And I've heard from people who watched it on the telly as well. So that's everybody. That's not like, there's not even a maybe he was okay scenario. There's none of that at all. It's what was he doing tonight? And it was poor.
Right, well, we're going to get on to extra time in a moment, and we've shut him up. But let's get some more comments in.
Doug Bowden says, Haji only turns up for one game in 5, but he never once got the rub of the green on Tuesday. I know he missed our best chance, but every time the ball went near him, the ref gave a free kick against him. I've starred these to make him easier. Graham Cockrell, I must say, everyone gave their best. Tats was man of the match by a long shot. Oh, yeah, sorry. I meant to put it up. Come on, scroll. Right, there we go. Here we go. Cliche man. Do you offer Trap My Mug service? My friend won last week and was wondering where it is.
Check your mug, because we should do that.
What name's that then? What name is it?
We did give all the addresses to Ken.
Yeah, and I can confirm if they live outside Coventry area, outside of CV postcode, they have been posted.
There you go.
If they are CV postcode, I've still got them here. I haven't had time to deliver them yet, but they will be delivered probably over the weekend.
Personally.
Well done.
Yes,
Thank you, Ken. Well done, Ken. Wonderful.
Coming near you soon. Ken delivering.
I'll try to the local ones myself if I can, yes.
You know what you could call it? You know what you could call it? Kenny Every Delivery Services.
So, yeah. I want to know what he's after. Andy Matt, a Sunderland fan. Big Sunderland fan here. I'm sorry you're not in now. You played very well. I hope next season you will get there. Regards, Andrew.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you.
My impression wasn't good enough, Claudio.
I'm not going to do Glenn says we'll see right back Richard Elise from in loan from Chelsea, left back Angel Brow from Granada, right back, right centre back Tyrese Asante coming in from Maccabi. Oh,
not another Asante.
The rumour mill started.
That will make it confusing.
Ian Small says thoughts Sims 99 games, possibly avoiding Everton add-ons before it is sold. Conspiracy theorists. Although in fairness, Lampard didn't play much at Everton. Paul Stratton to mount a challenge next season. Wright, Sims, BTA need to be replaced with proven strikers if we are to challenge. Our strikers eventually have cost us. But it's weird because Vicky will say they were proven last season because they scored a stack of goals. This is the bizarre scenario, isn't it, that we've got?
It is.
Also, what's a bit odd as well is obviously a lot of the focus of criticism is at the strikers, and we know that they haven't hit the same standards they did last season. But the fundamental problem is we were the only two teams scored more goals than us this season, but no one else in the top 10 conceded as much as us. So the problem is still at the other end of the pitch. And so we keep on scoring goals, but if we're giving away, I think Sheffield United only scored less than us by 1 goal, and none of their players have scored more than 10. So we've actually got better like people with higher goals in our squad to Sheffield United, but they conceded something like 22 less goals, and that's the difference, isn't it? So we're talking about what we need to do at one end of the pitch, but we really need to do something at the other end of the pitch. Otherwise, it's going to make no difference at all.
I mean, the dip in form came when Dovin got injured, didn't it? I mean, that's when the dip in form came. We were on such a momentum, and we were really, really going places.
Also controversially, when White came back from injury. I mean, controversially, that's the two factors. Dovin goes out and White comes back in, and then we didn't hit the same form again.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
and Torp as well. Torp was he was important player.
Yeah, very important. Look at the goals he scored for us. It was, he was scoring, banging the goals in while on that winning run, weren't he?
Yeah.
Very important.
Well, I posted on August the 2nd. If you think we're going to get promoted with the same defenders making the same mistakes like they did last season, we've got no chance. And it's true. We didn't actually replace any defenders. We kept the same defenders and they made the same mistakes. No matter which combination we played them in, there was mistakes all the time, both seasons. And it has cost us towards the back end of last season and this season, really. Because we could have been at least 15 points better off, I reckon, had we sorted our defence out.
Yeah.
Cherokee Key. Cherokee Key. Imagine what could happen next season if we start playing football in August rather than December.
Do that again. No, put that one back up. No, go on, put it back up. Right, say it.
Cherokee Key.
Right. Crikey Key.
Crikey Key. Oh, okay.
I'm the one with dyslexia.
God. It's English, my second language. Oh, something kid. I won't say that. When Sunderland come to the CBS, we should turn the heat right up and lock the doors. Yeah, why not? Doug Bolam. The reason why it went in, Cloud, is because of the 43,000 Mackhams blowing the ball over the line. Yeah. I find it odd that some of our fans are criticising how they celebrated. How would we have celebrated if that was on our turf? We get excited at a corner sometimes, don't we, back in the day?
We do now.
Yeah. By the way, what's Grimes doing taking the corners now? Nowhere near as good as Rodoni.
That was I was going to come on to that in extra time, but my side to that was
Sky Blue Heaven 87. Maybe Frank will sort out the slow starts of the season. If he does, maybe automatic promotion next season. I still think we'll make the playoffs. I'm convinced we will, so I'm happy with that. Colin Brownfield, when do you think the season ticket will be out and how much do you think they'll go up? I'll have a word with Doug. I'll make sure mine stays the same.
Mine's staying the same.
That's right.
I've already had an email from him saying mine's staying the same.
The copy and paste email just changed the name. I do find those funny, especially as mine was
all personal emails as well.
Did you all get one? Did you all get one?
I got one. Yeah.
Did you?
Spam.
It was my email address, but dear Luca.
Will got one. I didn't get one.
I got one.
I got a private one.
Twisted Reality. Imagine what could happen next season if we start playing football in August rather than December. Yeah, see, somebody else is saying that. David Blackwell. Sadly, it was always going to be lack of goals, especially away from home. We need a real goal scorer. I don't think Frank will jump ship, but the owner must back him in the transfer market. I was saying, didn't I, that we just need one decent away performance. And really, in 90 minutes, we did the job, didn't we? We got the 1-0. We won in 90 minutes. It was a perfect performance at 90 minutes. Just wish it was the first leg now. On the up, we are too much of a nice club. We should be nasty and make it more hostile like they did with us. We're just too soft as supporters. Oh, he's getting a bit feisty, isn't he? I've heard your cousin.
I know. I'm going to see him tomorrow. Got him a present.
Yeah, well, she don't hit you. Cool hang, Luke. So we're generous. Even let Sunderland fans have a say. It's absolutely pointless looking for excuses. Why? What is this use? Why you don't need to put the S on the end? Why you didn't get through? You didn't take your opportunities. Absolutely toothless. Well defended in both games.
Who's looking for excuses? We're not looking for excuses. We're having a discussion about the game. We're not making excuses, are we? We're not saying, oh, well, we didn't win because of Adji Wright, are we? We're not saying that. We're having a discussion about the team, about the game. Exactly. So wind your neck in.
Oh, See, that's what On the Up wants to see, a bit of that when they turn up next season. What we'll do is we'll throw batches at the coaches instead of bottles of beer. Yeah. Instead of
it's a batch.
Yeah. And join evening, lovely people, and Ken. Thanks for cheering us up. Watched in a pub, very biased commentary by Sky. Ken's trying to read that. He doesn't say that. They really don't like us, do they? I couldn't see our fans, but knew they were there so loud. Did you have to take your Prawnio Baccios with you, Claudio?
He had them on the coach with his rosé sparkling wine.
Yes.
And his champagne flute.
I can't believe that when he bought that in the services. Oh, that was that, and the fact he was on our coach was the reason we didn't win. That's the excuse. It's because Claudio came with us and bought frigging champagne.
Isn't it funny when I regurgitated that Facebook post when I was going to Notts? I've got my tickets for Notts County, and someone put, "Oh, please don't go." That's 8 years ago. See, it hasn't changed, has it? Please don't go to away matches. All right, he's come back. Cool hand, Luke. I'll give you credit where it's due. Sakamoto, thank you very much.
Thank you. That's better. Thank you very much.
Where it's due, Sakamoto played unbelievable. Rudonian players like Eccles you need to keep. I don't know why you never gave Sims a chance. Well, we don't either, Cool Hand Luke.
We don't
I want to know if Cool Hand Luke can eat 50 boiled eggs. If you've seen the film, you know what I mean.
No.
It's a prison thing, and he eats 50 boiled eggs. Anyway, Gavin Collins, Wright appears to have lost interest. Only one performance since returning from injury. Cash in my opinion. Need to add 3 or 4 top quality championship proven players like Grimes to add this squad. Striker, centre back, right back, and goalkeeper cover for Dovin. Let's not forget we finished 5th with this squad. We threw away at least 10 to 15 points.
Yeah, we'll talk about on Sunday where we need to strengthen and where you think where we've got to go.
Ian Plimlock, gutted we lost, but so proud that our team went from 17th to 5th and didn't embarrass themselves in the semi-final tie. It was good to get the comments we got from the telly, to be honest. And Kevin Phillips, I mean, he's a massive Sunderland fan, isn't he? Played from and all the rest of it. He's one of their heroes. And he said over the 2 legs, we were the better team. But it's getting the job done, isn't it? That's the difference. However you do it at this stage. Paul Stratton, he says, we need a stronger squad to stop us becoming the nearly men. Doug, we now need quality to get it done. The good thing is, I don't know how you guys feel, but there is a lot more belief nowadays with the fans and the club. You know, I don't hear so much, oh, we're never going to do it. I do feel more positive. You know, people feel like it's like the journey, isn't it? I mean, Brentford did it gradually, didn't they? They didn't go like Ipswich up and then come back down again. And maybe that's what we do need, is to do it gradual and slowly build it to the point where if we do get promoted, I'm not saying we're ready for it, but we're in a better position to cope with it. Which I think is what we said about when Doug took over. And when we got to the playoffs the first time, I think that's what we spoke about, all of us. I think where we said, you know, you've got to build it slowly. And the biggest thing for me was that we let Hamer go, and we've bought in players, and they're on the same money as probably what Hamer was on, going to Sheffield United. And you think, why have we signed that player when Doug could have gave him more money? And you could have kept Hamer now on a 4-year deal at the time, and we could have been building a team around Hamer. You imagine Hamer with Grimes, with Rodoni, with Sakamoto, with Milan, with Ben Sheaf still with him. You imagine that team, those guys building around Hamer. It would just be ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And I think, in a way, we've had to rebuild again because we got rid of Victor and Hamer, and they were the key players for us, I think. And if we'd just spent that little bit extra on Hamer's wages to keep him, I think we probably would have done it by now. I think we would have done it, and we probably would have done it maybe this year, because who would have thought Rodoni would be as good as he is? He's unbelievable.
and Grimes to add that addition, and EMC when he hasn't been injured has been brilliant. Maybe that's the key ingredient. Maybe we need another magical Hamer in the middle, and then build again around him and Radoni. And the key for me, we're going to talk about this Sunday. Here's your show. There you go. End of season review. Player of the season winner with Ken this Sunday and the team. But I think like you said, we've got to build again, but we can't lose anyone this time. We've got to build around the players we've got, because something will happen.
Well, Vicky said that in the past. We can't. People keep saying we need to get rid of players. We can't get rid of players. You can't rebuild every season. That's what they're all on 2-year contracts. Well, they've all got at least 2 years left, haven't they?
3 years.
And I know some of them were in. I think Jamie Allen was in today. 4 players who aren't on contracts. I think they've been discussed today, so we might hear something tomorrow or the day after. But Vicky's right. I mean, I know that Vicky would want to say something about it.
Go on, Vic.
Well, yeah, I have said that a lot. I don't think. Because also, not only can we not do that every season, keep on rebuilding from scratch, we haven't got the time or the resources to keep on doing that. It throws you back at the beginning of every season. But we also don't really believe we're that far off. So what you want to do is keep the core of that squad that keeps on improving and improve it each summer. That's what we need, isn't it? Additions to make it better, not sort of demolish it and start again. So. That's what I've said a lot on here and on social media. I've been banging on about it quite a lot this week, because lots of people have been saying, we need to get rid of half the squad. And I'm just like, I can't see it happening, and I don't think it's the way to go forward.
I think you're right. We've got to build around this team. If you're going to push, you need to build around.
Because I think as well, Miles, the other thing is that there's players in that squad that probably aren't the first team 11, but are perfectly decent, solid championship players who would be good enough in a squad. So some of those players, we just need a player that's better than them, and then they're the backup player because they're better than the backup player that we've got at the moment. So it's things like that. So it's not about getting rid of all these players. It's about just building and strengthening in a few positions that are really key, and going again. That personally, that's what I think. Rather than getting rid of about 10 players and having to bring in about 15 in one summer and hoping they all gel and they all work, it's just not going to happen, is it?
No, definitely not. And as I say, we'll touch on it on Sunday, and we'll get everyone's views on that. As tonight we're talking about the playoffs. But while we're doing that, what's your favourite Pringle flavour? I was going to say player then. Pringle flavour. What is your favourite Pringle flavour? Get your comments in. Just put your comment of your favourite flavour. Don't put a comment after it, because we might miss your name. Everyone's going in the wheel tonight to have a go. So get your favourite Pringle flavour in. Also, get your chance in to win a next season's shirt, home or away. Player of the season, get your votes in tonight. You've got until midnight tomorrow, Friday the 16th. Sky Blue Fans TV at gmail.com. What's going on there? What's going on there? Unbelievable. Right. So player of the season, Sky Blue Fans TV at gmail.com. Also, a history podcast out if you haven't seen it yet. Fantastic episode. Ted Stocker, Sky Blue History Podcast with Jim Brown and our very own Claudio Cardlino on Spotify. Also available on our YouTube channel. Just head over to videos. You'll see it in there, and you can watch it. Some fantastic stories in there. Now, before we carry on about the extra time, they're doing CCFC kit competition is back. There you go. Head over to the Facebook pages and X account of the City Sky Blues in the community. You can get the details on there, and they are doing that this week, so you can get your details and get your kit designs in on that one. And also, congratulations to the Family Zone. They have won the Gold Award for the EFL of 24-25 Family Experience Scheme. If you want to read the article, head over to Coventry City's X page or Facebook page. You can read the article. But congratulations to everyone involved at the family zone. Lynn was on the coach with her husband on Tuesday. Absolutely wonderful people. And if it wasn't for them, Will, my lad, Neil Thomas's lad, Jack and Tyler and all that, they wouldn't be going to this day. And they were going in the family zone in League Two. And if it wasn't for the family zone, our boys probably wouldn't be following the Sky Blues because they would have got fed up with what we were going through back then. So thank you so much to the family zone. And we do sponsor it every year as well. Ken was there for the last game of the season. So well done, Ken. And do you know what? Do you know what the family zone deserve? One of these. Congratulations. There you go. Brilliant stuff. Right then. Where am I gone? I've lost it now. Okay, so extra time then. We'll crack on with this one because this shouldn't take too long. First half, they absolutely battled, didn't they, Ken? And I think in that first half of that extra time, they gave it that much that, you know, the inevitable happened at the end. But in that first half of extra time, we just kept going, didn't we?
We did, and I was just hoping for another golden chance, which never came. But we kept battling, and I was still confident. You know, the longer the game went on, I could see it. You know, I could see us scoring, and it just didn't happen for whatever reason. We just didn't have the luck on the night, did we? But you know, we can't fault our performance. I thought we battled. We were the better team in both games, as far as I was concerned. But we just, you know, sometimes you need a little bit of rub of the green, and unfortunately, we didn't get it.
And I mean, for you, what about Josh Eccles coming on as sub? He made a great impact, didn't he? And I think
he did.
He made a great goal line clearance, and I think he got injured after that one.
Yeah, he did. And I was thinking then, you know, when he came on, he was doing really well, and I thought, well, we were all getting that late in the game. We were all thinking who's going to take the penalties, and I thought, well, Josh Eccles has got to be one of them because he's an excellent penalty taker, isn't he? He's scored every one he's took for Cov in the shootouts. And then when he went off injured, I thought, oh, God, that's one gone already. So, you know, but yeah, when he came on, he was brilliant. He got stuck in. He really put himself about, and I say he's brilliant when he came on. And he was just, unfortunately, went off injured, and I was sorry to see him go off. But he's been biding his time, hasn't he? He hasn't been in the team lately, so he obviously had something to prove to Frank, and he came on and done the business, and that's what, you know, the subs are there for. I was just surprised. I was surprised. I mean, I know you've got this element about Ellis Sims. I was surprised Ellis never came on, just for some fresh pair of legs and stuff like that. And I was surprised Wright stayed on the whole match, to be honest. I know they were probably thinking about penalties, but at the end of the day, let's go and try and win it in extra time. Then mind about penalties. We'll worry about them when we come to them. But I just thought maybe Patterson as well maybe could have come on for a fresh pair of legs. Because, you know, that late in the game, they were lagging a little bit, and it was, you needed somebody to come on and run at them, didn't you? And put a bit of pressure on them, and maybe a couple of subs in extra time might have done the trick. But in hindsight, it's easy saying it now, isn't it? But, you know, it is what it is, and we just didn't have the luck on the night, and that was it. It was gut-wrenching and not a very nice feeling, but unfortunately, that's football, isn't it? We've been there before.
Yeah, I mean, Vic, Ken just mentioned about the substitutes there. Asante came on, tried to give a bit of pace in there, didn't he? He had quite a good few touches, good few passes, but just wasn't enough.
Yeah, I suppose they were probably hoping he was going to have the same effect as he did against the Middlesbrough game. But, I mean, it wasn't set up the same, was it? Middlesbrough were having to go for it, so there was much more space for Asante in that game, whereas Sunderland were keeping it much tighter. Yeah, I mean, I think Ken's right that there's a couple of combinations. There's a couple of factors, isn't there? A couple of mistakes, but also just a couple of times when it didn't win our way. There's little things when the ball could have gone one way or the other, and it always went like the wrong way. So there's just a few things like that didn't quite go our way. Sometimes you're thinking this isn't our night because we could just do with a bit of luck, and we didn't really get any of that. So yeah, and it was a real shame with Eccles because I thought he did come on and make a big difference, and obviously a player that it will mean a lot for, being the local lad, threw in a couple of good like blocks in the penalty area, and then got injured and had to go back up again, and that was a real shame. Yeah,
because he was throwing his body on the line. You could tell he wanted it that much, didn't he? He was desperate for it, and maybe if he, as we say, you never know what might have happened. But if he'd stayed on, what might have happened? You just never know. Claudio, Jamie Allen came on. You just spoke about him. I mean, he did all right when he came on, I thought.
He did. I think all the subs were fine that came on, and he's just a little battler, isn't he? And it's just a shame that we just lost momentum, didn't we? That last 15 minutes of extra time, and also with Josh getting injured, I think was the cause of why we let the goal in as well. There's a lot of confusion, wasn't there? We didn't seem to we couldn't really work out what was going on. I thought, is he staying? Is he going? Then had the long walk off the pitch. I kind of wish he'd have gone off out the back of the goal, actually, because it seemed to drag on, didn't it? That whole period, and then because he put in a couple of great blocks, didn't he? And I thought, wow, this is impressive. But it's just a shame. And I feel sorry for the lads who come on, because obviously he kept right on to take a penalty. That's why he didn't put Sims on, because, I mean, let's not forget Sims' last penalty.
Oxford,
And really, you got to say, he's on there. You might as well just keep him on, because it looked like it was going to pens. I think we all thought it was going to be pens, didn't we, in the end? But it's just Jamie did fine. And, I mean, I don't think he'll be offered a new contract. I'll be surprised, because all the others have been offered them already, haven't they? So be interesting to see. Obviously, I've not heard anything. I'm just guessing now.
I mean, Jack, Claudio just hit the nail on the head there. That last 15 minutes, we did look leggy, didn't we? As if we put everything into that 90. We put everything into that first 15 minutes. With Eccles going off and that, we did start to look very leggy, and they came on at us as if it was the game plan for them, that we'll try and keep it as tight as possible. Even if they go 1-0 up, we've still got a chance in extra time. Give it 15 minutes of up the pitch, because that's what they did, didn't they? Second half.
Yeah, I think we were always going to run out of legs, especially with Efron obviously not playing enough minutes. Did very, very well to last 110.
Yeah.
Very, very surprised he did last that long, to be fair. And I think Frank was scared to make substitutions. I don't want to blame Frank for anything, but I think he was scared to make substitutions. He made 2 in the home leg, one of them being Mason Clark on the wing and the other being Allen. And then obviously to bring Eccles on, and only forced to bring Allen on as a replacement for Eccles. It's only 5 subs in 2 games. You're allowed 5 subs per game. And I think he was at 1-0 up, was only going to make subs for penalties. So Asante came on, who is not taking a pen for the Sky Blues, but maybe he is a penalty taker. Eccles is obviously a penalty taker, but had to go off. Hadji would have taken one. I don't know about the rest of them after that, because obviously there's no Torp. Grimes could have had one. And I think we were just trying to freshen things up a little bit.
Rudy would have took one, wouldn't he?
Yes, yeah, Rudy surely would have.
Sakamoto would have had one, I think.
Yeah.
Well, it depends how deep you go in penalties at that point. But I do think it was just a case of, let's make one change, don't ruin our momentum. Because sometimes changes can ruin your momentum, and it was just a case of let's change one thing here, one thing there, and not lose our momentum. And maybe that's what cost us in the end. I don't think it was, but yeah, it was just a case of trying to keep a little bit of fresh legs with a sight at penalties. To be fair, because we were doing the job perfectly. We let them have 3 or 4 counter attacks, 2 blocks off the line, like we've said, and it was a very, very good effort defensively and aggressively from us. And yeah, we just missed out, didn't we?
Yeah, definitely did. And then that killer goal came, didn't it, Vicky? Right in the dying death. Question for you: how come the referee didn't add on the goal celebration? Because as soon as we kicked that ball, he blew up, and they were celebrating for at least another minute and a half.
The only thing I could think of, because I did wonder when I was looking at the clock, is that we'd already got pretty much over the time anyway. So effectively, it was dead time. Like, oh yeah, it'd have blown the whistle as soon as the game restarted. However long they took about that's my thoughts on that.
So
I think it was on 39. It was on like 58 when the corner came in, which was literally 2 seconds.
Yeah. So no matter how long they took, it was always going to blow as soon as it restarted. If that had been 10 seconds or 5 minutes,
yeah, that would just, you never know though, do you? He might have added it
No.
on, but he didn't, and anything can happen in that 1 minute 60 seconds. Well, 1 minute 30 seconds. We know what happened at the CBS. We went up the other end and equalised straight away, didn't we? So, anything could have happened. But look, it happened, and we're out, and good luck to them. I hope they give a good battle. I really do hope they give a good battle. But then again, I hope Hamer just tears the rips out of them. Sam McCallum rips them, and I don't know about O'Hare.
It's so difficult, isn't it? Because I really don't like Wilder very much. So it's one of these really hard choices in life about which of the sort of which you'd prefer out the whole thing. It's so difficult.
I'll give you my. I'm going to ask you your reasons in a minute. Who you would like to win the final? I'm going to give you my reasons. My reasons is for after the game. Okay, the fans went on the pitch, and I know you're excited, but you go on the pitch and you go to try and take selfies of the losing manager and the losing players. Taking your shirt off as if you're He-Man or the Incredible Hulk, whoever you think you are when you're skinny as a rake. You know what I mean? Have a word for yourself. And you're trying to take pictures of the losing players and manager. You need to hang your heads in shame, right? Because that is just appalling, absolutely appalling. And that is the reason why I want them to get beat, because of that attitude. Doesn't live in this game, shouldn't be in this game, and it should never happen. And I hope they find them, and I hope they get banned for life from Sunderland, because they shouldn't be on that pitch. They shouldn't be doing it. That's my reason why I hope Sheffield United beat them. There you go. Come to you, Claudio. Who do you want to win the final?
Oh dear. Trouble is, if Sunderland win, I'm going to have my mate Paul, who comes on the show gloating, and I want him to come back on next year. That isn't the reason why I don't want Sunderland to win. I just want Sheffield United out of the way, because they're still going to be too strong next season, and I want as many teams in this division that we can beat, basically. and as historically, Sunderland is still one of them. They've still not beaten us in the league in 40 years in Coventry. That was a knockout game. That's not the same as the league, as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, and I just think, be honest, Sheffield United deserve to go up. They are by far the third best team in the division. And I think in recent years, the third and fourth have contested the finals a lot more than the fifth and sixth teams, basically, if you go through it historically. So what happened the other night, I'm not surprised at the end of the day. But I'd prefer Sheffield United to go up purely because I don't want them in our division. I just cannot deal with Wilder in our division again. I just find that he's a smug little git, really. I just want him out of it.
You just mentioned about their win at ours, and it was a knockout competition. We won at Preston once before, and it was a League Cup. That don't count.
Yeah, exactly.
We've never won in the league in God knows how many years. So
100 years.
A knockout competition doesn't count. So yeah. I mean, for adding to the total in the league. So
yeah, I'm not. Either way, it doesn't bother me really. If Sunderland go up, they go up. Fair play to them. I mean, to be honest, if they beat Sheffield United, fair play to Sunderland, because that's a big ask. If they play like they did against us against Sheffield United, I would expect Sheffield United to win, because they have got better players up top. They've got more movement up top. They'll get behind them. But so if they do beat Sheffield United, flipping out, fair play to them basically, because that's one hell of an effort on the day, and they have got one or two players who can swing a game for them. That's fact, because they were doing it at the start of the season.
Before I get on to Jack and Vicky and Ken, Mandeep's just messaged in. Now, it's Mandeep's fault we're talking about Pringles. Because Mandeep was on the coach, and this is how we started the conversation about Pringles. Hi, Miles, met you on the coach to Sunderland, 2 rows behind. We had a chat on a couple of occasions. It was lovely to meet you. Roll on next season. Let's push for autos. TC and Manny. Now, brilliant to meet you too as well, Mandeep. And it is his fault. So if you got a favourite Pringle flavour, get your comments in. Just put the favourite flavour, and Jack's making notes. Everyone's being entered in the draw tonight to win a mug and coaster. And we have got some coasters left, didn't we, Ken?
Just about, yeah, just about. Not many.
Brilliant, excellent. So that's what we're going to do tonight for you. So get them in, and it's Mandeep's fault. So blame it on Mandeep for the silly competition. Ken, what do you want in the final? Well, who do you want to win the final?
Well, I think Sheffield United will win it. That's who I want to win it as well, because I think they're as Claudio said, I think they're the third best team in the league, basically, on points, and they've proven it. They've got the better players. I think I can't see Sunderland. Honestly, can't see Sunderland. I know it's a one-off game and anything can happen on the day, but I can't honestly see Sunderland beating them. I think they're prepared for them, and I think they'd probably prefer Sunderland than us. They were watching that game, and I think they're glad they've got Sunderland rather than us. And I think we would have given them a better game, one-off at Wembley, than Sunderland will. I honestly think that, because I think we've got better players that can hurt Sheffield more than Sunderland can. But yeah, I think Sunderland will go up, and that's who I want to go up. Be nice to get rid of them, really, as well. Don't want to play them again.
Yeah, well, I don't want to go to Sheffield again. I don't even want to go Sheffield Wednesday again, but I've got to. Vicky, what about yourself, me lovely?
Well, I think Claudia sort of swung me on this now, because I'm thinking that while they're looking smug on one day at Wembley versus having to see them all next season, so we just want them gone, they can go up. And also I think it's a good point that that's a much difficult tie than the Sunderland games are. So so for those two reasons, I'm sort of leaning towards Sheffield United now, and I'll just have to turn it off as soon as it's finished. I can't see Wilder being all happy.
I mean, as well, I want Sheffield United to do it for Hamer, because he deserves another.
Well, that's it. I like Hamer. I mean, that's
Premier League. He deserves another spell in the Premier League. He really does. Same as Sam McCallum. He deserves it as well. He went from us to go to Norwich to play in the Premier League. Really didn't get a game. So maybe he keeps him and he gets a game. And I'm going to hate to say it, I hope he'd do it for O'Hare, really, honest. I really do. Because I loved O'Hare when he was with us. You know how much I loved him. He was brilliant.
Actually, Richard's good luck. Did you hear his interview? He said, we'll be all watching the game and good luck to them. Because the guy asked him who he wanted to play. Yeah. He said, if it's Coventry, and good luck to them, because I'll be watching the game.
Yeah.
So,
which is nice.
Yeah.
It is nice. And that's, yeah, good luck to the three of them. Ex-Cov players playing for Sheffield United. I'm sure there's another one in there somewhere. Or am I not right? No, I think it's just the three. So good luck to the three ex-Cov players, and you never know. You never know. Callum O'Hare might get his wishes and play in the Premier League, bless him. And I wish he was doing it with us and not them. But there you go. Right then, let's get a few more comments in, and then we'll get the winner of the Pringles competition.
You didn't ask Jack.
Sorry, Jack. I forgot Jack in the hat. Sorry, Jack. Jack, sorry, your reasons and who you want. Sorry. I thought I'd come to you. Sorry.
That's all right. I think you've got to look at the division next year and whether it be stronger or weaker with whichever one going up. And I think Sheffield United going up gives us a better chance next season, because if Sheffield United don't go up this season, they are well more equipped of doing the exact same thing again next season. And next season, if they get to 90 points, they could go up automatically. You know, it's a fluke this year that 2 teams went up with 100 points. And that's only because Leeds didn't go up last year by the same metric of losing in the playoff final. So if Sunderland don't make it, they've got a good chance of making the playoffs next year. But if Sheffield United don't make it, they've got a good chance of making automatics next year. And if that's where our target wants to be, if we want to improve on where we are, the next target is an automatic promotion place. And with Leicester coming down, I think they might probably win the league, unfortunately. I hate to say it, but I think they're strong enough to do it. But with Ipswich, they're going to lose a few players, especially the loanees. Are they going to be strong enough to even make the playoffs? I don't know. I don't think so. And after the shambolic season that Southampton have had with 2 managers being in and out, they've got to start again afresh. Are they going to be equipped to go and get an automatic promotion spot? I'm not sure. So if Sheffield United go up, that's one less team out of the way, in my opinion. So Sheffield United, we almost want them to win, I think. We need to be cheering them on because it gives us a better chance of making second next year, simply, I think. Forget Wilder, forget O'Hare, forget Hamer. It doesn't matter. We need to look at our own, what's best for us. And what's best for us next season is Sheffield United to be promoted.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely superb. Love it. Absolutely love that feedback. Right then, Claudio, let's get some comments in.
Mick Kelly says, it took 40 years for Sunderland to get revenge. Perhaps I'll grow up now and let it go.
Well, they didn't outside the ground.
Wayne goes, I'll tell you what, I reckon our lot would be just as bad, to be honest. we've got some boys and girls who aren't afraid to mix it up a bit. We know we have. It's the same all over, isn't it? To me, I think that's a policing issue. Just cordon the road off, for God's sake, and let the coaches go first. Really, really poor policing, I think. Wayne goes, new record attendance for 2-leg playoff in the championship. Congrats to both sets of fans. It's true. We broke, excellent stuff. Massive club and Sunderland. That's why you get that sort of crowds. Mark Lights, the damage was done at the CBS with our gifted goal to them. They were only good for a draw and we won at their place in normal time. That's something we said, actually. We said if it hadn't been for that mistake, it would have been halfway down the motorway in extra time. Rich T, Doug needs to make funds available, but I don't think we have the money. Remember last year when we were waiting for 3 more signings that never came? Yes, that's true. I must admit. I think Miles and Ken's predictions of top 2 was based on the fact we were going to sign more players, wasn't it?
Yes.
It's true, isn't it? It did that. Dave Sports Photos, even Dave, Gus and Callum are going to make Sunderland look like mugs. Oh, talking of mugs, is mine on the way? Is there a Track My Mug app I can download?
We need an app.
I don't know where Dave lives. Where did Dave Sports? Is he in Coventry?
He sent it through.
If is he Coventry based? Is he? If he is, and he's still here.
Yeah, he did send his address through.
Yeah, if he lives out of Cov, then it has been posted already. But if he's Coventry based, we're doing it this weekend.
Oh. Are you going to have one of those like loudspeakers on top of your car?
Yeah, I've got all the promotion material and everything. Yeah.
you need to have a car with all the stickers on it. That'd be great. Sky Blue Fans TV on the side of the car.
Surely that would be Sky Blue Vans TV.
Hey, that's not as bad as my Kenny Every deliveries.
Oh dear. Anyway, Michael Fetter. Wish talk was available on Tuesday night. Hindsight's a wonderful thing, but I generally think it would have been a different outcome should he had been fit. I mean, the thing with extra time, their subs were stronger than ours. The guy they brought on, the forward, is so much energy on the wing. It made a difference. And also, EMC going off and Asante coming on, all of a sudden they became stronger. They had nobody to worry about. Yeah, I kind of think he got that wrong, Frank, to be honest. Just let him stay out there and die on his feet for now.
I'm surprised it lasted that long, to be honest, because obviously he wasn't fully fit. They took a bit of a gamble on him, didn't they? But he did well. He did well.
Craig Robinson, the question is, will Rude still be with us come the start of the season? There'll certainly be Prem clubs looking at him, or even who have gone up. This is the trouble. You're talking about Sheffield United. They'll come sniffing, I reckon.
Yeah, but
if they get promoted.
But he has said he ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, he said that.
But hold on. Yeah. Everything's got a price.
Yeah.
And the club, Sheffield United, won't be able to afford him because he's got a 3-year deal left on his contract. So Sheffield United won't be able to afford it. You've got to be looking at someone who's already sustained staying in the Premier League that's got a lot more money, because they are going to have to buy his contract out.
Yeah.
So we're going to be looking over 20-25 million for him, aren't we, to pay out his contract?
And I think also the Lampard effect, as he will stay as well, because I think he's, that's his boyhood hero. I think Lampard, because he was a Chelsea fan as a kid, weren't he?
But it's weird, Ken, because I think Torp and Rudoni have really benefited from Lampard. That feels that way, whereas I don't think Sheaf has so much.
No,
it's weird.
He's been injured though, Sheaf.
Oh, you and your excuses.
No, Sheaf's been injured. I still don't think Sheaf's 100% fit, and he's been playing.
Well, I said that when he came back against Tottenham, and Mark Robbins put him on the pitch. The most ridiculous thing he could have done, cost us the game against Tottenham. Should never have come onto the pitch. Was never fit to come on.
He gave the ball away to pay for the goal as well.
Exactly. Yeah. I can see why Doug got rid of him now. Glenn, the Sky Blue Hub, Bidwell booting that phone that a Sunderland fan had was a classic. It was the best pass he made all season, I thought.
It was brilliant. Yeah, but did you see where the phone went?
Where'd it go?
Rudoni picked it up and put it inside his shirt to give to the officials when he went back into the changing rooms.
I'll see who it is.
He wouldn't be able to kick this thing, and it broke his foot.
What's that? Is that a brick?
That's what, yes, it is. The old knock
I had one of those. Did you not have one? You had to have a sky blue one.
No, I had a flip phone.
Oh. I had one of those as well. Yeah, I thought it was James Bond. I did.
Did you play Worm on that? Snakes? Is it Snakes? Snake. It was great. You play video games on your phone.
Yeah, Jack's just like
it was a snake.
I could never do the messaging because you had to keep pressing the numbers so many times to get the letter you wanted. My messages were like in code. It was like the Enigma code. You had to read my message. You had to work out what I'd written. You know what I mean? They were there, weren't they?
We had. It was quite funny because when 3 bought out their first phones, video phone. It was a flip phone, and William's godparents had 2 each. And we went, oh, we'll get 2. And then on Christmas Day, we were video calling us, opening our presents. First video phones. It was brilliant.
Fran
I could go back even further than that, though, Claudio, with yours, mate. We had one of the first ever phones, mobile phones.
In 1989, I bought a Nissan Bluebird, brand new. I was only 24. This is on the Fosal Road. There was a Citroen garage up there. Not Citroen, Nissan garage. Sorry.
Nissan garage on the Fosal Road. There was, because that's where I used to live, on the Fosal Road.
And the deal was that with a brand new car, you got a car phone. And I thought I was the bee's knees. He actually had a microphone in the car as well. It was actually hands-free in 1989. But the phone was huge, as we all know, they were huge.
Yeah.
And I got the bill for the year, which in 1989 was 600 quid. Right.
It's about £1 a minute, wasn't it?
Oh, it's ridiculous.
That's expensive.
I've got to say, I love my dad because he paid it for me. I was in a heap of trouble. 600 quid for the year.
We had one on site because we used to have. It was a phone, and it was on a big battery pack, and the battery pack was about this big. It was huge, and then the phone was on the top, and an aerial stuck out. So when you're on site, you were carrying it around. And you were walking around like this because it's that heavy. You were going, hello.
The thing is, I had nobody to call. because nobody had a phone, like a mobile phone. So I used to ring my mate and go, I'll be there in 20 minutes. If I'll be outside, I was outside his house. Yeah, those are the days.
Jack's not impressed.
What
about Filofax? Did you have a Filofax?
Oh, of course. And for some reason, I got the map of the underground, the London Underground, even though I hadn't been to London for 10 years.
Everybody had that in the Filofax. Everyone had it in the Filofax.
Fran Hunter, just check stats. MR lost 9, Frank Lampard lost 8, total 17 lost. Top 2 lost 4 and 2 respectively. Burnley won 8 more than us. Playoffs may be best we can hope for, unless DK can make those signs we need. The thing is, we are Fortress CBS now. We've had the best home record since 1987. Need to sort out the away form. That's the key now if we want to get in top 2.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. This is the best thing ever. You're going to love this. Bomber Bidwell used to work for Filofax in Rugby. It's his fault you got the London Underground in a Filofax in Coventry.
And also, you had that fold out different the time zones just because to put it into perspective, so it's £600 I had to pay for the year. I went to Mexico in 1989 for 500 quid for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? I was in a lot of trouble.
That was less than your phone bill.
I know, exactly. I was in a bit of trouble, put it that way.
Bomber says he didn't pinch any. Oh, mate, they'd be worth a fortune now if you still had them sealed, unopened.
So let's get back to football. Dean Plays TV, Sunderland fan here. Just want to say I think you should have won on Tuesday night as we were awful in extra time, and I can't see us going up, to be honest. But I wish you all the best for next season.
You never guess, though, would you? Dean Plays TV.
I've got to say, as you know, I like my football history. Sunderland side and what's gone in the past, rivalry, all that nonsense. The history of the club is amazing. I'll just put that there. The whole grassroots of it and how it was created and all the rest of it. Scott Brownsword, get rid of Collins, Thomas Asante, Sims. Need some players who can actually want to play for the shirt.
Yeah, well, as I say, we'll talk about all that on Sunday. So we'll get you comments in for Sunday.
Paul Langton, Coventry fans should be proud of their team. Of course, Paul is my mate who comes on the show.
Hi, Paul.
Coventry fans should be proud of their team performance on Stadium Light and the backing the fans gave them. Ultimately, it came down to fine margins. By the way, my best Pringles are cheese in 09. Oh.
Have you put him in, Jack? Have you put him in?
No.
Put him in. Put Paul in.
All right. Paul in. No other Sunderland fans, though.
Put Paul in.
Matt, need a striker that is quick and can head the ball. Got 2 6'3" strikers. Jump 5 feet tall. Leader at the centre back that can also pass left back and right back cover. Central midfield, both wing cover, but most of all, a striker, surely. I'd start quite a few here. Had you right, if anyone puts in an offer, snap their hand off. Sims should have started the last few games, has missed sitters galore, that header at the end. Why do people always think he's a good player? Matthew Stone says, bang on. Oh, we'll get it up in a minute. Come on. Bang on that, Claudio. I said the same. Had you over the course of 2 legs convinced me he didn't want to play in the Prem. I just thought it was a weird performance. Well said, Claudio. Wright doesn't seem interested. No fight, no passion. Had his chance on Tuesday night, and for me, he was the worst player in Sky Blue.
You can see what Claudio's done here. Starred all the ones that's got his name on them.
I didn't mean to. It's just, David M. Just look at the for and against goals tallying the table. It's obvious where our problems lie. It's defence, not the strikers. I think we're scoring goals, but I think Jack said, is it 2/3 of the goals are not coming from the strike force? They're coming from elsewhere. And really, I think it should be 2/3 should be coming from your strikers, with the rest making up the numbers, basically. We've gone from one extreme to another.
We had this question.
Sorry, Jack.
Sorry,
Carry
Vicky.
on.
Yeah, we had this question from Mark, and I had a quick look. In the last 10 games, the strikers have scored 2 goals. They were both had you right, and they were both in losses. So make of that what you will, but the only goals that a striker has scored in the last 2 games have come in games we've lost.
Bomber Bidwell says, Ellis Sims was awesome against Maidstone United. Need I say more?
Have you seen his train? It's got CCFC on it.
Who's train?
He's the one you just put up. Look, Bomber Bidwell, look, it's got CCFC on it.
Oh, cool.
It's good, isn't it? Away travel. Hey, that's our train for next season.
And David M says, which is what we talked about earlier, actually, we conceded more goals than any other team in the top 11 places, which is true.
And some of those teams that have gone, like Burnley and Sheffield United, if Sheffield United go up, that's 2 teams with strikers that haven't scored more than our strikers. So it's become a shift in the league that attacking midfielders and sort of wingers are chipping in with more goals than strikers. There's not many strikers out there that are getting like high 15 plus. It's shifted across the league generally. So we're not unusual in that. Which is an interesting thing, because if you talk about getting rid of Sims, Asante and White in the summer, if you want to bring 3 strikers in, maybe people can think about that for the sort of forthcoming shows about who those 3 would be that are actually going to offer more goals. But yeah, something to think about in coming weeks.
Yeah. Gary Collins, 3 strikers are just no good, bro, as you say, Claudio. It was sad for us. It was sad for all of us. We need better. Josh Sargent, as you say, he would be ideal. Hope all is good to you all. PUSB. It's a good Steve Hargreaves. Great show, guys. I live in Poland these days, so don't get to see the city live anymore. It'll be an interesting summer to see what players come in and go out. We need a great start next season. Thanks for the great show. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. Well, watching and listening,
yeah. Mad Frankie's made an appearance. Here we go. Sims apparently walked down Hillfields with a 10 on his ear and still didn't score.
I'll tell you what, love that impression.
Go on, Vic.
You quite had that much energy.
Go on, Vic. What was you saying?
I was going to say, it shows how unpopular Sims is with some of our fan base that he cannot play for any of the semi-final and still gets more stick than like anybody else. It's just crazy.
You know, Mad Frankie though. I was watching Mobland the other night, and I was thinking, I wonder if Mad Frankie's in this.
Oh, I've seen his tattoos, love and hate, on his fingers. He's got them. Hyper Rabbit plus Arlo. All right, lads, Sunderland fan here. Respect you like proper fans. The loudest we've had at the stadium are like all season.
Brilliant. Hold on a sec. I've got one here. I've got to put this one up. Where's he from, Claudio? Wales.
Now,
you lost them all.
No, this is Join a Fat Cat. Hadji was playing like he was wearing Tim's. Now, Join a Fat Cat is a TikTok star who's going to come on the show soon. I'm in discussions with him. He's from New York, and he chose Coventry as his team to support. So, and I've just been messaging me now, and he wants to come on the show, and definitely. Brilliant. So obviously they're a few hours behind, but he's a New Yorker, Italian heritage. So you know what I mean?
Oh, here we go.
Probably from Little Italy or the Bronx.
Will he talk like that? Because he's like, you know, he's
from New York.
I tell you what, Claudio, that's the best Macam accent you've done all night.
Hey, hold on a minute. But maybe he might be able to get us all flights out to New York. We could do a live show during the summer.
Yeah, we could. In Little Italy, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
No, not in
Does he
Little
know
Italy.
it's called a batch? Does he know it's called a batch or
I
not?
can do it.
Or the batch.
I need to take my glasses off to do me De Niro. That's me De Niro.
You need some cotton wool buds in your mouth, mate.
Oh dear. Ian Brown says, if you were a better team, you would have beat Sunderland. Best team always wins on the day. No, Ian. That's not how it works.
But
No,
they
it's
drew.
not.
They drew. So how does he explain that?
Yeah, we all know. We've all watched football long enough to know that sometimes that's not how it works.
Oh,
You
dear.
know, it's just one of those things, isn't it?
Oh.
Yeah, it's like when Italy beat England in the Euros. You know, actually, no, the better team did win, didn't they? Anyway, Mark Lights should be fine.
Right, get rid of him for that. I ain't having that. Not having that. Anyway, Mark Light said it should be fine for pitch invasion, and the goal scorer should have been carded for taking his shirt off.
He was.
He was. He's back. Go on. We'll have less of that, will ya? None of this Euro crap malarkey.
I didn't realise there is football in the summer. There's that Mickey Mouse World Club Championship thing. I realised Juventus is in it. So now all of a sudden I'm really interested.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Right.
Will King says Claudio subbed.
At last.
Oh, I like that. Gav Stella Grand. He's come on. Any team could win the final. Sheffield are favourites, but strange things can happen in the final. And it could be a spicy affair, actually. Will I watch it? I probably will, to be honest. You know, Sheffield United didn't deserve to have to play in the playoffs, being 14 points clear of nearest rival. That's from Steve Epsby. Can you imagine how rubbish the league would be, though, nowadays, if we didn't have the playoffs? Our season would have been done and dusted in March, wouldn't it? Or even before then. Yeah,
it's part of what makes the championship so great, isn't it? The fact that last game of the season there was still so much to play for. So yeah, it's not really fair on the third team, but it just makes for a great league, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, you're right, Vicky, because I can remember some seasons when before the play, and you know, the players have been with us since about 1985, 86. You know,
Yeah,
it's amazing how long they've been going on. I'd forgotten they've been going on that long. So Matt says EFL waiting for Leicester to come down with sanctions, potentially 10 points. Oh, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
I don't think that'll matter to Leicester. I think they'll still be very, very, very strong.
But it'd be interesting to see what happens. You've got two windows now. You've got the early one, then there's a break. And the early one is normally when they have to get rid of players to balance the books, don't they? Especially the clubs being relegated.
June the 1st it opens, and then it closes into what did I put on the text the other day? Does it close? It closes for 2 weeks, doesn't it? And then reopens. No, it first to the 10th in it, Jack, if I put on the message, and then it reopens on the 16th of June all the way through to the 1st of September.
I've just lost my place, of course. Paul Langton says, to all the fans on about Ballard not getting a red card, he was booked for taking his shirt off, but wasn't booked before. It didn't matter anyway. If he got sent off, it wouldn't make no difference, would it, really? Lee Dan. Jack, you shouldn't predict our rival to win the league. Come on, mate. Think before you speak. Yeah, come on.
We've got this one here, Claudio.
You're going to get hate mail. Will King says 25-6 season going to be huge. Yes.
Hope so, Will.
Yeah.
Hope so.
Gusto Audio, if all our midfielders are on board and fit next season, how about not even playing a striker 4-2-3-1, but Rodoni's a false 9 and Torp has a 10 in around the box? Yeah, total football. Doug Boland, I might need the mug track and trace app also, as discussed with Miles and Ken and Dylan's last Friday.
Right, seriously now. These
What it is, Ken's
I can't
got a,
remember last Friday, Doug.
imagine the scene from Ghost. Ken's got to do the pottery bit. He's got to make them. You know, he'd be there with his little potter's wheel making these mugs.
Well, I've only got two to deliver, so I don't know who's after them. That's all I've got. The
Well,
rest have been posted.
We sent you addresses last week, didn't we? So we've got them on our chat. We'll find them again and we'll send them back to you. We haven't forgotten, honest. We really haven't. It's been a busy few days, you know, since last Thursday's show.
Will King loves my Nokia. I don't think I've thrown away any of my. I've got about 30 phones all in a cupboard that I've not got rid of.
Have you got the boxes?
No.
Oh, you might as well throw them away then.
I can't. They need to be destroyed, I think. Craig Davis now. From a Sunderland fan, you guys gave it a good go at our ground on Tuesday. Grimes Rodoni was working like Iniesta and Xavi. You'll be there again next year, no doubt. I've got to say, Grimes was outstanding on Tuesday. And why? I just wish we could have had him in August. You know, it's such a good player, such a great signing. Will King, yeah, Nokia 2510, love it, Claudio. John Forsyth, Claudio, I missed a lot of the show. Can you do a recap? Can't say
John, watch it back or listen on Spotify. It's up to you, mate.
Yeah, I had to keep apologising to him because I kept nodding off on the coach, and he said at one stage he said I was going to offer my shoulder for you because I kept nodding off and headbutting him. It was a difficult journey.
Right, listen, we've gone way over. Shall we do the draw for the prize?
Yeah.
How many entries we got, Jack?
I
Matty just scored for Charlton, by the way.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Matty
Who
Godden's
was?
goal.
Matty Godden.
Has he scored, has he?
Yeah.
That's down to us. Okay, right. How many we got then, Jack?
So apologies if I haven't got them all. They were coming in thick and fast. I've done my absolute best.
Well
but
done,
I
mate.
think we've got 85 people commenting their favourite flavour of Pringles. What a competition to finish the season.
It just had to be. It was listen, conversation on a bus, mate. I mean, what more can you do? You know, and it was great travel with CCFC travel.co.uk. Absolutely brilliant. Just want to say thank you to them because they gave us a free bottle of water, bag of crisps, some sweets when we arrived on the coach. It was brilliant. So thanks for that because it was red hot as well. Really, really warm. So thank you. Go on then. So we've got 80 what?
85 people I've got.
Okay, so if we've missed anyone, we're really, really sorry. We are so sorry. But look at that wheel. Okay, I don't know how many we've got for player of the season. I know it's over 100,
Over
isn't
100.
it?
I think it's about 113 now. Yeah.
Fantastic. And if all of you if all of you subscribe to YouTube, it would make our day. So please give us a subscribe. And also a like on Facebook, subscribe on Facebook, X, and also give us a like and subscribe on YouTube, please. It would be amazing. Right, here we go then. Oh, Lilo and Stitch is up there. I'm going to see that next week.
Get rid of that. Right, 85 people on a spin the wheel. If you put original in your win, I'm not going to be happy.
How do you know what they've put?
Well, we can find out. Wendy Heron.
Wendy Heron. Congratulations, Wendy. Do you know her? Claudia, do you know her?
She's commented loads before, yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you, Wendy. And Wendy Heron is the winner of the Pringles competition this evening. If you can get in touch with us via email, SkyBlueFriendsTV gmail.com. It's going across the bottom of the screen. We have got another email account. We are going to get it sorted. It's a lot easier than that. We've had issues with it for a few months, so we're going to get it all sorted in close season. So we are still going to bring shows for you every week. We're probably going to go to one a week. I think we're gonna have a meeting and discuss it all. But we'll be back again on Sunday, which we'll talk about in just a sec. Let's get one more comment in then, Cloudy. Have you picked one out?
Well, I've picked two because they follow on for each other. Right. Firstly, Lee Dan, who was harping on about this all season. Joe, I predicted us to reach the playoffs this season. So now I'm predicting top 2 finish with Frank at the helm. Remember, I said it. And I've got to say, Lee, back in November, October, was saying we're still going to make it. But Will King, now, listen up, folks. I doubt Doug, wanting to lose, has been to Wembley 2 times and the playoffs plus in under 3 years. And Frank Lampard not there for window dressing. So there you go, people.
There you are.
We're going to win the league by 20 points next season. You heard it here first.
And Wendy Heron likes sour cream and onion Pringles.
Oh, well done for finding that. Brilliant stuff. Superb. So
that's my second favourite. That's a good choice.
Yeah, it is. Nice choice, that, Vic. Definitely nice choice. Now, we can't...
Miles, sorry, can I just quickly say, you were saying about shows. Someone put in the comments earlier about if we were going to do shows over the summer. I was just going to say that, obviously, we're talking about it, but maybe people have got things they'd like us to chat about. They could email, comment, or whatever, and give us some ideas of things they'd like us to cover in the summer, and we can, so just was going to put that out there.
Brilliant. Yeah, that's a good idea, actually, Vicky. Yeah, if you have got anything, subjects you want us to talk about, then please get in touch. As Vicky's just said, emails going across the screen at the bottom. Now, don't forget, this Sunday, we are giving away the new shirt, this season's home or away shirt. Player of the season winner will be announced, and it's our end of season review with Ken and the team. Ken's at the helm. He's all raring to go for this one because he loves this one. This is his favourite all year, I think, the end of season review. So he's going to absolutely love this one. And you've got the last chance to enter between now and midnight tomorrow. Here you go. It's easy. Email only. Put down your name, your person or player that you want to win player of the season. We have a trophy ready waiting, don't we, Ken? We have one waiting. Yes. And we've got over 130 so far that have voted to get your names in. And we're going to be doing a spin the wheel. And so it's nice and fair. It's not, it's going to be done properly. And you could win next season's home or away shirt. Let's hope it's coming out soon.
I'm about to say hopefully it's earlier than last year.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this new shirt this year. I've got a feeling it's going to be even better, which is great.
I think it'll be out next month. I think it'll be out pretty quick.
Yeah, I think so. He's going to want the money in the bank as soon as possible. Also, don't forget, we got Keaton's Day at the RFC Coventryans CV6 4AF. Head down there on the 12th of July. It's going to be a cracking day. All donations going to certain charities down at the bottom. I was stood behind Keaton's dad on Tuesday. What a lovely guy. We met a few times now. Absolutely brilliant. And if you want something to do after that, I'm down at the Shepherd that night. So that'll be good. And if you've got nothing to do this Saturday, I'm at the Shepherd again. So why not come down and say hello? It is a good night down there. Right then, that's it then. We've come to maybe the last Thursday show. We don't know if we're going to do them Sundays or Thursdays, but it's the last league or playoff league and playoffs Thursday show. I just want to say a big thank you to everybody. We all have really appreciated all your support through the season. It's been brilliant, and let's hope we can keep these shows coming to you through the summer and keep you entertained. Vicky, have you enjoyed yourself this evening?
Yes, thanks. Good fun as always.
Brilliant. Good. And Jack, You're going on holiday now for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I've got the next sort of week or 10 days off. So once I get tomorrow out of the way, it'd be nice and relaxing for a week.
Brilliant. Well, listen, enjoy yourself, and thanks for all your input this season. It's been absolutely brilliant, and just again, thank you so much. Same as you, Vicky. Thank you so much for all your input. It's been superb, and we couldn't have any positive views apart from you being positive about Sims. So well done for that. keep him with him all season. Well done, Claudio. Enjoyed yourself.
Yeah, it's been all right.
Yeah.
It's been great. It's been absolutely great. And like you said, thanks for everybody watching, listening, if it's on Spotify. And it's been good fun. I mean, and yet again, it's another season where we've had stuff going on all season. We don't have boring seasons anymore. So I can't imagine next season's going to be boring. That's for sure. And so I'm really happy with everything, and everyone we met on the road, at home games, away games, all good banter. And like I said, you can talk to us at any time. There's nothing more I like doing than talking, as my wife tells me when she's trying to watch Downton Abbey.
even if you bump into us out of season, we're out in the shops, just come and say hello. Don't be scared to tap us on the shoulder, as long as you don't give us a heart attack. But Claudia, can I ask a favour for Sunday?
Yeah.
I swear all the interference tonight is coming off that shirt.
Probably was. It's probably, I don't know what's going on. It actually said earlier, Firefox just kicked out StreamYard. It just kicked it out for some reason. I don't know what's going on. So just
I just think you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're doing.
How many career goals has he got now, Matty Godden, Jack? Can you quickly look?
Late 90s.
He's nearly on it, isn't he? He's nearly on it. I know he is. He's well on it. And Ken, have you enjoyed yourself tonight? Have we cheered you up? Have we cheered you up? Because you were a bit low before you come on there.
Yeah, I was a bit low. I'm still recovering from Tuesday night, really. But like all of us, we've got to get on with it and move on. And onwards and upwards for next season, isn't it? That's what we've got to look at. And hopefully we can, go one better and go up automatically. I'm pretty confident we can.
I'm sure we can. And listen, mate, absolutely brilliant. And, and if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have this channel, because you started this channel and it's been absolutely brilliant. And once again, just want to say thank you to everybody to just for your support. It's been brilliant. And we mean it. If you see us in the summer hanging around anywhere, tap us on the shoulder, come and say hello. It'd be great to chat to you.
Yeah, don't be afraid to buy me. Don't be afraid to buy me a drink.
It's nice to put faces to names, isn't it? When we're out and they come up to you and we don't know. We obviously don't only see the comments. We don't see them face to face until they actually come up to us and introduce themselves, don't they? And that's happened a few times this season. Yeah. So it's nice to catch up with people at the games.
Right. Are we done? Because apparently my telly's not working now.
Ours went off as well. There was definitely something in the air tonight. This is weird.
Something going on. There's something going on.
Oh, it's been perfect all night as well, hasn't it? Barry's just put up, can I have your shirt, Miles?
The one from the damn made me laugh. That's
go on, which one was that?
Not approaching you if he's wearing that shirt. That's right.
Brilliant. Right, listen, thank you very much, everyone. I'm sorry we're not bringing you a show from Wembley in a couple of weeks, but never mind. It's always on to next season, and do you know what? We're going to do it. We're going to do it next year. I know we are. And just enjoy your summer. And Ken will see you on Sunday night. And the team will see you Sunday night for season review. Thank you very much again for your support. We'll see you Sunday. Take care. Play up Sky Blues.
Good night. Play up Sky Blues.
Sky Blues. Sky Blue Fans TV. For the fans, by the fans.